It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos.
It's raining tacos out in the street. Tacos, all you can eat. Lettuce and shells, cheese and meat. It's raining tacos. Yum, 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 yummity yum. It's like a dream. Yum, 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 yummity yum. Bring your sour cream.
Shell, meat, lettuce, cheese. Shell, meat, lettuce, cheese. Shell, meat, cheese.
It's raining tacos. Raining tacos.
What's up, dudes? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Glad you're here. Is my camera set up properly? It is not. That's better. Hello, Samus, and hello, Banana. Good to see you. I mean, Hannah. I mean, whoever. You both. Hello, Say Big Grace. Good to see you. I forgot to do a thing, and I forgot to set my alarm for it. Okay. We'll figure that in a second. Hello, Ferric. Hi, Dragon. Good to see you guys. Hi, Ukulele. Ukulele texted me. You're like, are you alive? Yes, sort of. So thank you for doing that. That was really kind of you. We're going to be jumping into the TikTok controversy today, so I wanted to make sure that I had something scripted, and I thought I could do that in like a short amount of time, and couldn't. So that's what happened. First attempt and up arrow, then down arrow. No, and what? I don't know what's going on. You showed up just as I was about to go make food. Yeah, okay. Okay, me too. Okay, how was that? Did you get him? I was fast. Today we're going to be, we're doing the TikTok thing on Sunday. Golly. Pardon me. On Sunday, we're going to be jumping into, what are we jumping into? Not Sunday, on Thursday. We're going to have the girl on. She's going to be here. It's going to be awesome. I mean, I wasn't pooping. How dare you, sir? Thank you. Lily, I answered to either Banana or Hannah. Papa T called me Banana. Even give me a Bible with my name is Banana. He called me. Yeah. I mean, that's what you get for having it first, right? Oh, the girl. Snack Girl. Snack Girl is going to be on the stream on Thursday. Just triple confirmed with her. She'll be there unless something goes crazy. She's going to be here for the end of stream. It is her birthday on Sunday? Whatever. Your birthday's on the weekend. And then she's going to, but she'll come here and we're going to do apparently our annual Celeste-a-thon, where she just sits here and blows your mind with how good she is at Celeste. It's fun. I just sit here like this and just kind of watch, and she just flies through it. Last time, I think she streamed for about an hour, and she beat Celeste. like she got to the end of the last chapter. Obviously, she didn't wrap everything up and get all the strawberries and stuff, but we got through the story in an hour. I don't think I could get through the second level in an hour. I want to hear chat the main topic. I'm busy with visitor. Like to hear the topic. What I can at least, even if I'm 70 AFK. She is. She's. I mean, that's all she plays. Literally, she'll sit upstairs. I should get you to. I should show you something. You should see her thumbstick. I'm gonna go ask for her to bring it, because it'll demonstrate exactly what I'm talking. This will be the ultimate advertisement. No, she doesn't like any other games. I've tried. I'm like, here, Hollow Knight. It's a game like that. Here's another game that's pixel art and accuracy based. We found one that was like almost identical. Almost like it was Celeste 2. And she's like, no, I like Celeste. I'm like, okay. All right. I mean, fine. I get it. You, okay. But no, apparently not. She only does the one thing. All right, so yeah, okay, there you go. Oh wow, so this is what her thumbstick looks like now. Like it's how we can do this? It is completely fried. Like she has to put this rubber thing on it just to use it. It's completely worn down to nothing. Like the other side, if you look, this is what it's supposed to look like, right? This is what it actually looks like. It's like worn down to a nub, and like. You got the little rubber ring that came, like it's awful. She completely just wiped it out. There you go. Yeah, it fell off, right? On the side. Yeah. Your Switch did that. What did you play, Dancing Queen, that caused you to do that? Because she's been banging away at Celeste for like actual years. Because that's the one you do all the stuff with, right? The other one barely gets used. So I'm gonna pull up my notes. We can get started here right away. I don't want to keep you guys for too long. Where's my notes? I lost my notes. There they are. But all kinds. See, mine still looks fresh. I got the I bought myself some new Switch controllers. Well, I actually didn't get. I asked for them for my birthday, and I got them last year, and then I put them on my Switch because the other ones had drift, obviously. And they've been great, but I don't play my Switch a ton. Like we play Wii Sports, we play some Wii some what else do we play? But like if you're playing like action games, you don't use the thumbsticks very often. So it's I think it'll last for a while. Hey Jim, good to see you. I will now fire up the notes just so you guys can kind of see where we're going with this. I feel like I should recut this section here. Like, you don't need that whole top part. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need all that. I could just, like, remove it. Boop. Yeah, we could just do that. There's no reason for me to have the whole thing. Oh, there we go. That's even better. Cool. Because yesterday people were complaining that they couldn't see, right? Like they weren't able to actually know what it was on the screen because it was the bad contrast and stuff. So let's make it bigger. You want to Switch so bad? Well, you're gonna wait for Switch 2 now. Unless you want the original Switch, in which case it will go on super sale, and then you'll have your Switch for half the price that you would have paid for it. Unless you get the Switch 2, in which case you're gonna have to, shell out a bit more. I'm doing okay today. I had an okay sleep last night. Enjoyed. My daughter made buns, so that was really yummy. I had a bun today, toasted bun. That felt good. And she last night I was sitting here working. Well, not working. Okay, what was I doing? I was sitting here playing Wuthering Waves. Actually, I wasn't working at all. And they came in and they're like, "We're leaving," and I'm like, "Okay, have a good trip." And they're like, "No, you're coming too." I'm like, "What? Where am I going?" Like, well, Snack Girl wants to drive, which means you have to be in the car, and I want to go to the dollar store. So you're gonna sit in the passenger seat while she drives me to the dollar store. I'm like, oh man, really? Okay. But then I was able to get some chocolate and I felt better about myself. So it's all good. Yeah, the Steam Deck is pretty rad. The more I look at the Steam Deck, the more I'm like, you know what? I might consider something like that. And the only reason is because it can do certain things. You can play games, that you can't normally play on other devices. The only thing that would really stop me is that I can't play I can't play Wuthering Waves, I can't play Nikki, can't play any of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I was an accomplice, exactly. I was just in the car, officer. I was just there. But Switch 2 is going to be the same as the Switch 1 was when it came out. Like, I think they're going to keep it around, was it $300? $300? Something like that? Like, it's not going to be that bad. And it's going to have the same chip as the PS3, I think, or the early PS4 or something like that. Like, it's a really good machine. It's gonna be able to run 4K. It's gonna be very similar, but it's just gonna be a bit more powerful. I think what they're gonna do, and I don't know if it's true, but I think what they're gonna do is they're going to release some updates for like a couple of the games. Not an updated version as in a remaster, but like something that will allow like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom or any of the other, big games that came out to run better. As in, because what they would do before is that they'd make them and then they'd cut off all the resolution and cut down all the textures and whatnot, so it worked on the Switch. I think they're gonna be like, here's the version that works better on your machine, so it looks nicer. Because then you can be able to play Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, for example, in 4K. because now you can. I don't know. I hope they do that anyway. That'd be nice. It's going to be backwards compatible. I've been hearing PS5 Pro level, but gotta wait for the official announcement. Not Pro level. Not Pro. PS4 Pro has a really decent chip. It would be very expensive if they were Pro. It's but I think it's early. I think it's the whatever PS4 was when it came out. Yeah, PS3 had custom hardware. Okay, yeah. Well, then it's probably PS4. The because here it's the same chip, and it's gonna be good. I mean, PS4 still puts out some pretty nice frames, pretty decent looking games. And I watched a video recently of a guy who had the PS4 and a PS4 Pro, and he's like a reviewer, a game reviewer, and they did a blind test. Like, you play Spider-Man, play, was it Horizon, play some other game, and then tell us which one do you think is the Pro. And he got it wrong. He's like, I think this one's, and he got it wrong. So it's so indiscernible. Even people who play the games, like, to review them can't tell. Like, it's good. I don't know if it's worth it, except to be able to flex. Say, I got a Pro. Audio on, listening in. All right, I guess we can get started here. Let me fire up the jazz, because that's half the reason that I'm on here, is to play some jazz in the background. And then I'll pray. And then what we're going to talk about is this Taco Tuesday. TikTokity Taco Tuesday. That's going to be confusing for my brain. TikTok Taco Tuesday. Yeah, I don't have the ability to discern that kind of thought pattern. It's going to be too much for me. I had to finish a movie before I started. The Forge. Never heard of it. Podcast? No, I'm going to leave it up as just a video. We might turn it into a podcast that has but if I'm talking to somebody in chat or something like that. So we're doing it a little bit different this time, partially because I wasn't able to do TikTok Tuesday. Yeah, exactly. Partially because I haven't been able to put out any of the podcast episodes so far. Partially because Born Again Gamer moved, and so he's been, kind of behind. And because I haven't posted, and because he's been behind and whatnot, we haven't got enough. And so I'm like, you know what? If we're gonna put together these episodes, use ones that I've been talking about that have a little bit of talking in the background. It shouldn't be that bad. So now we've got, I think, 16 episodes in the hopper. So I don't think it's that bad. So we'll just keep it as a video / uninterrupted thing. I'll do my best not to get distracted. So, like, for example, if someone like goes on a tangent, just shows up on a tangent, I'll probably ignore it. But we'll try to stick with it. The Forge is great. I've never even heard of it. Yeah, I don't know, Quiz. PS4 Pro, I don't think so. I think PS4, I can't see it being at Pro level. But maybe. I mean, they've got some pretty crazy chips out there. The only reason I say that is because of the size. That chip, the PS4 Pro chip, has got to have some serious need for heating. Like some cooling stuff. So, I don't know. But yeah, we'll take it with a grain of salt. So I'm going to pray, and then we'll jump into the talk. God, thanks for the day. Thanks for your love. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for everybody being here. I pray that you'd help us to seek you for discernment. There are a lot of believers out there, a lot of Christian content creators who are trying to figure out how to navigate as streamers, as creators, as bloggers, as writers, as artists, and they're trying to honor you while trying to figure out how to do that in such a way to play this content creator game. And as the landscape shifts and the platforms shift and the governments shift and everything it's really hard for us to understand. And so we want to be sensitive to you. We want to do it as right as possible. But we want to make sure that we're doing it as effectively as possible too. That requires such a level of discernment and listening to you and listening to each other. Help us work together on this and let this talk be helpful. Amen. Okay, so today we're talking about the TikTok Talkity Talk Tuesday talk ban. Wow, that's gonna be rough. Today's Taco Tuesday, and we're gonna be talking about the TikTok ban on Taco Tuesday and how Christian creators should respond. I'm gonna leave up my notes on the side here because I always do that. That way, if you're following along or you're visually, you'd like it better that way. Then I'm more than happy to just leave it there for you. Yeah, that's about as tight as I can get it. That's as big as I can get it for you. All right. So responding to the TikTok ban as Christian content creators, the it's so interesting when you're a Christian content creator trying to figure out how to be a content creator, because a lot of it is goes against our natural instincts as believers, right? So like we know that to be great in God's kingdom, be a servant of all. Content creation is how can I get myself out there and have people follow me, right? If you want to be a good Christian, you want to promote others and serve others and bring others up and bolster others and let other people encourage others and lift them up. And then content creation seems to be, how can I get the attention of others so other people can see how great I am, and so that they can follow what I do, so they can, share me with other people. It's so difficult to navigate this idea of how to be a good content creator and a Christian content creator at the same time. I think it is maneuverable, it is possible, but I think that the temptations are myriad, right? Like you go and you look online on YouTube and you look for advice, and like 99% of the advice is secular, right? And 99% of the advice is it kind of sounds good, but it's also not quite what we should be doing. It's also something that we should be cautious about, but we should be learning from. Like, it's really not easy. So what I want to do is I'm going to try to narrow it down to how can we process this issue of the TikTok ban in the US and Canada, other places in the world, and how should we respond to it? I know that there are a lot of different creators that are listening. Some of you are shorts, some of you are podcasts, some of you are doing Instagram pictures, some are doing YouTube videos, some are live streams, but everybody who's part of all of those things has each been told to diversify your content to different platforms. And chances are you are on TikTok. I am on TikTok. I don't make TikToks necessarily. I do shorts. I take stuff from my stream and I make shorts, and some of them go on to TikTok. And so, but I wouldn't call myself a TikToker, because TikTok is its own algorithm, its own culture, its own kind of thing that you do in order to be a successful TikToker, in the same way that to be a good YouTuber is going to be different than if you want to grow on LinkedIn, if you want to grow on, X, or if you want to go on whatever else. Each one has its own kind of culture. And so I come from the perspective of, I'm not a TikToker. I have someone who has been in full-time content creation for like almost 4 years now, fully funded I don't do anything else other than this. Yes, I don't have 1 million followers, but chances are you don't either. And I've been able to do this for a while. I feel like I've got a bit of a handle on how this should go. Plus, I was a pastor for a long time, so I understand the biblical perspective on stuff. So I've thought this through a little bit, and hopefully it'll help you too. If you have questions, by all means, leave a comment or put something in the chat or whatever, and we'll try to talk along with what's going on here to keep it, going back and forth. So we're going to talk about the TikTok issue, what's happening, how Christian creators like us should respond with clarity, wisdom, and practicality. So let's understand the TikTok issue up front. I think it's important for us to kind of get our heads wrapped around what's actually happening. So concerned about TikTok's data collection practices started under President Trump in 2020. Okay. These concerns were later echoed by President Biden, leading to a bipartisan effort to address national security risks. Investigations revealed that TikTok collects extensive user data, including precise location information, private messages, viewing habits, device details. The issue? TikTok's parent company ByteDance is based in China, and there's evidence that the Chinese government has accessed user data. This raises significant privacy and security concerns, not just for creators, but for everyone using the app. Okay, so what I want to kind of pull out from that is to say, notice that it was started by Trump, and regardless of what you think of Trump, if you're a conservative and you're like, "Yay, Trump," or you are not a conservative and you're like, that's the devil, it was also affirmed by Biden, who is the exact opposite of that. In Canada, Justin Trudeau's government, who is even more liberal and whatever that anyone else, they also banned it. Like, it's actually banned technically in Canada. You're not supposed to use it. They'd prefer you didn't use it, but they haven't stopped everybody. They've just said if you're a government worker, if you're whatever, you can't use it on your phone and you can't use it on your device. But for citizens, we'd rather you didn't, please, is basically what that comes down to. And so if regardless of where you're at on the political spectrum, if it's, like you've got these hyper conservative MAGA crazies and you've got the hyper liberal, Biden Democrat crazies, and you got the Justin Trudeau liberals, everybody, they're all going, I don't know, right? Like, I don't know about this. European Union, you've got all sorts of places that are saying the same thing. This is a concern. It's a concern. And it's doing things they shouldn't do. It's doing things that are not in its terms and conditions. It's being sent to a country that does not necessarily hold the interests of our country, and have been doing shady stuff, right? And if you're like, well, you can't trust whoever, well, the opposite side says it too. Government actions globally. The United States has banned TikTok on government devices, with further legislation potentially leading to a nationwide ban. So like if you're an army person or if you're working for the government or whatever, you can't have it. It's just like you're not allowed to have it on your device because it is a security risk. Canada has done the same for government issued devices, citing security risks. If you look it up, it's technically banned in Canada, but it's not like officially banned. But if you're anywhere near anything sensitive, you are definitely not going to be you're not allowed to have it. India banned TikTok outright in 2020 due to data privacy concerns. So India, European Union suspended TikTok on corporate devices, citing similar fears. Like in Canada, they actually kicked ByteDance out of Toronto and Vancouver. Just, you can't have businesses here, right? It's pretty serious. Australia has also implemented bans. Like, it is not this one-sided, just this one little group of people off to the side or some kooky government thing. It is a lot of places in the world that have looked at TikTok and went, we have concerns, and so therefore we should address this thing regardless of what people think. Governments worldwide are increasingly skeptical about the platform's safety and long-term viability. If you look at the way that TikTokers seem to be responding, they're responding what would be naturally. Like, they're responding, I believe most of them are non-Christian, I would say. And they're responding with basically, you can't take this away from me. What about my freedom? What about freedom of speech? I've got my whole platform on here. I've got my whole life on here, and so they're trying to save their income. They're trying to save their favorite platform. They're trying to save what they do and where they get their affirmation, where they get their influence, where they get their, what they poured so much of their life into. And if TikTok shuts down, it's not only an inconvenience for them, but it's like a massive lifestyle change. Because when they look out into the world, whether it be to YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels or to, Twitter or whatever, like any of the other places, it's not like TikTok. They've worked really hard to be a TikToker, but they're doing it to the place of kind of living in this sense of denial, living in this sense of it's not that serious. You can't trust the government. You can't trust anybody in the world. The only one, the only one you can trust is the giant, mega national corporation in China and Chinese government. Those are the ones you can believe. In fact, in China, you can't use TikTok, right? Like they have a different kind of version, and it's not even allowed to be used there. Like, if you go look that up, feel free to fact check me, but they have some kind of special rule even there. Like, a lot of the influencers are lying about what's happening, and a lot of them just want to keep their platform. So be careful. One thing that people are doing right now is they are moving on to a place called Rednote. Rednote, which is another app from China. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard, because ByteDance, Chinese company, and they, TikTok, Chinese app, they're leaving. And so the solution that these people seem to be having is running over to another Chinese social media platform, right? And so they're doing that. If you're considering moving to Rednote, like, as a Christian content creator, might I suggest that if you are doing that right now, it is hasty, it feels spiteful or foolish, or like why would you go and take a lateral move towards something that is going to be potentially equally problematic, that doesn't have a better, it's not TikTok, it's kind of like Pinterest meets, Reels meets, I don't know, Etsy or something like that. Like this, it's not TikTok. It just seems to me that there's a bunch of people out there that are like, well, stick it to the man, I'm going to go do another Chinese company. It doesn't make sense. I don't know why people would do that. I caution against it. Ukulele says, the problem is new apps come out every day and others will have these same problems. TikTok became big, so it caught their attention. It not only became big, but the stuff it was doing in the background and the stuff it was caught doing, supposedly, was substantial. Yes, there are other security issues on, both Google and on iPhones. There's a lot of security issues through websites. It's not alone. It's just if you have 100 million people in your 350 million population country, like that's a third of the people are all walking around with this thing in their pocket. And it's a security issue. It's not some small obscure thing. It is a national issue. So Red Note's Chinese owned, potentially subject to the same risks and ban as TikTok. In fact, like if you moved over there right now and you decided to pour your effort into Red Note, you you could easily lose that platform too for the exact same reasons. It'd be foolishness to do that. Migrating out of frustration and fear often leads to wasting time on unstable platforms. We've all done it. Everybody's done it. You hear about this thing that kicks off, this website, let's go and make, we got to make sure we're there and make sure that we have our username set aside and we're going to pour some stuff in there, and then it ultimately just disappears, and then all that was wasted effort. Instead of jumping on something trendy, let's focus on platforms that are better established, safer, or more aligned with long-term impact, like YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels, which you're probably already posting to already. There are, and there will be, more secure versions coming along, like the way that Mastodon and Blue Sky are for Twitter's change. Like Twitter changed, had a big issue, and then because of all the security and all the whatever political stuff, you have these other programmers, other companies creating more secure, more centralized, more diversified, user-oriented pieces of software, like platforms. Blue Sky is a great example. Mastodon's a great example. There will be that coming. I don't know what or when, but it will be coming for for TikTok something. There will be something out there. So I would say don't jump onto Red Note right now. I think it's a really foolish idea. From one Chinese platform to another to stick it to the man. How do they not realize China is the man? And really very much so. They really are. They really are the man. There's no the man bigger than China in the world. I want to talk about biblical perspectives a little bit. So like not just talking about wisdom or things that I think are my own opinion. Let's kind of talk about the way that scripture would address these sorts of issues. So feel free to interrupt with a question or throw one out. Biblical responsibility of influencers. So James 3:1 says, "Not many of you should become teachers, my brothers, for you know that we who teach will be judged with greater strictness." Luke 12 says, "Everyone to whom much was given, of him much will be required, and from him to whom they entrust much, they will demand the more." With great power comes great responsibility, is what they're trying to say. And if you are an influencer, and if you have a platform, and if you have people that are listening to you, and you are trying to build that, and on TikTok, if you have some level of success on there, you as a Christian, you as an influencer, you as a teacher, or you to whom much was given, have a responsibility to do with that the best you can for the people that you are serving, that you are influencing. It's not about you, right? It's not about you. I'm going to keep saying that. When you make content, when you are planning what you're going to be doing, when you pick a platform, it's not how can I grow and how can I do and what should I do and what's the best content that would make me grow. It's who did God create me to be? Who is the audience God has placed before me? What is the message God wants me to give them? And how can I do that in a way that is the most excellent, most creative, best way that honors him and makes good content for them? So therefore, your decision of what to do with TikTok isn't simply jumping to another place or jumping to another platform or trying to figure out and replicate and whatever. It's asking the question, which one serves the people that I'm trying to serve best? Which one allows me to communicate what I want to communicate best that God created? Which one shows the creativity that God has given me the best? It's not simply about jumping onto another trend. You have a responsibility to the people that you are influencing to make sure that you carry them well, that you instruct them well, that you serve them well. And that includes how you address this concern, right? How you talk about the TikTok ban, how you talk about the all the other platforms. So you are an influencer, and God will hold you to a higher account than others because you have chosen to stand in front of people. It is recognize that it's not just about you, and it's not just you in your basement, and it's had nothing to do with just you and whoever wants to watch you. It's not my fault if they want to watch. You do have a higher responsibility than others. We're accountable for how we use our platforms and the impact they have on others. Those who guide others, whether traditional teachers or modern influencers, bear significant responsibility for their words and actions. As influencers, our platforms can shape behaviors and beliefs, aligning with the biblical role of a teacher. Therefore, we must approach our influence with humility and a commitment to truth, recognizing the weight of our responsibility towards those that listen to us. And I don't want to belabor the point, except to say, I want you to make sure that as you're thinking through this TikTok thing, that you realize that the fact that you have a platform means you have a responsibility to do this carefully, biblically, godly, and in service to others. Okay, it's you should try to navigate this correctly and the most moral way possible. Number 2, influencing the influencers. Proverbs 13:20. Walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with fools and get in trouble. 1 Corinthians 15:33. Do not be deceived. Bad company ruins good morals. These verses highlight how those who we surround ourselves with can significantly impact our character and decisions. Be careful who you get advice from, what trends you jump on, who you let govern what you do with your platform. Get good counsel. Talk to people who are at your level. Get information from a broad amount of sources before making the choice of what to do here. The point is to impress the fact that you should be surrounding yourself not only with a plethora of information, lots of different sources to find out what's true, but also to do this in such a way that the people that you are listening to, you take with a grain of salt. The people that you are listening to, you're like, I want to make sure that these guys are telling the truth too. Your natural influence or your natural inclination is going to be towards believing the people that are saying what you want to hear, right? Oh, they won't ban TikTok. You know, how could they do that? It's too big. It won't happen. Don't worry about it. So you do nothing. Or everybody who wants to ban TikTok is evil. They're taking away your right to free speech. You know, they're going against the Constitution. It's all, you know, whatever. And that's not true either. On the other side, right? TikTok is evil. TikTok is bad. You know, nothing good ever happened on TikTok. You should just delete social media, and everything about that is bad too. Why are you a creator, right? There are both sides of this are going to be extremes. So make sure that as you walk through this situation, you're walking with wise people. You're walking with people who have experience. You're walking with people who are seeking the best for others, for you, for what God wants, and listening to lots of different platforms. Don't just sit on Reddit. Don't just sit on whatever your favorite news thing is. Don't just sit there and read on TikTok. Don't only listen to your favorite creators. Like, see if you can find other places, because they're going to influence your decision, potentially influence your future, and certainly influence your audience. Obeying ruling authorities. This is one nobody wants to hear, but you got to say, from a biblical perspective, let every person be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God. Feel free to read the rest of that section. It's being a content creator has a sense of rebelliousness and showcases the power of individualism. It just comes with the territory, right? If you are going to be a content creator, especially a Christian content creator, you've had to fight for that, because there have been people in your life, whether it be your parents or your pastor or your teacher or your friends or whoever else, that you felt you had to fight against in order to be a content creator. You have to fight against the system, the algorithm, all the rest of that stuff. You have to champion yourself and recognize yourself as a creator and as a creative and go, I have value. Like, you have a lot of individualism and a sense of rebelliousness, even as a Christian content creator. And I appreciate that. I really do. Like, I get it. Like, when I was going through and starting this thing, I would go and talk to churches and my other pastors and denominational leaders that I've been working with for a decade, and them just simply going, I don't get what you do, and I don't want what you do, and I don't like what you do, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? Like, it's just like, okay, fine. So there is this sense of rebelliousness this sense of, it's me versus the world, just me and God. And that's one of the reasons that we created Taco, was because there were so many Christian content creators who had no help, no discipleship, no pastor, no training, no nothing. They were just on their own. And so we wanted to gather those people together and train them and help them and unite them and network them so that they can be better than a better version of what God created them to be. However, in that rebelliousness, in that individualism, in that, we are special and content creation matters and Christian content creation is powerful, as Christians, we are called to obey the laws and the governments that God has placed over us, unless they demand we disobey God, right? There are pastors, elders that we are supposed to be submitting to, parents that we are to be submitting to, and the government that has laws that is telling you to do things that, unless it says to disobey God, you are told in Scripture to obey the law. And so, if they do ban TikTok, then you jumping onto a VPN, you working around the system, you trying to figure out how you can game it so that you can continue on there and disobey the law, it's morally wrong. You're sinning, right? In the same way that if you decide you don't care about the copyright laws, you're just going to skirt them and play music, whatever you want, and who cares? It's all Christian stuff. You're still sinning. In the same way that you steal other people's content, and you just say, well, I'm just putting my own spin on it, whatever, you're still sinning. If you have been told by the government, don't use TikTok, regardless of how much it sucks and regardless of how hard it is, find somewhere else to go, because you have a biblical requirement, a Christian requirement, a spiritual, God-given order to respect and be subject to the governing authorities. I want to take a minute in this next section here to talk about the biblical view of skepticism, because it's something that I think a lot of Christians really struggle with, and I think a lot of people just have. We especially in this day and age where you have so many people lying. The news is no longer the news. As soon as the news became a place where it was about the money and the advertising and the clicks and all the rest of that stuff, no longer was it about here's the truth. It was about how many people can we get to listen? How many eyeballs can we put on this thing? The Weather Channel stopped being the Weather Channel, and now it's the get everybody excited about every single thing that's happening in the weather so that they all watch us all the time channel, right? The news isn't just here's what's happening in the world channel. It is you have to watch us and you have to follow us because everything we say is super urgent and it could destroy you and it could change the world and it's all super important to watch us. We don't care what we say as long as you keep watching, right? So we live in this world that is awash with lies, clickbait online. We don't know what's true. We've been told all the way through school and all the way through training and all the way through everything. You can't trust your teachers. You can't trust your parents. You can't trust religion. You can't trust the corporations. You can't trust, anything online. There's no one you can trust. And so we live as skeptics, right? Everybody's got conspiracies. Everybody's got distrust. In fact, it's very rare for a Christian to actually say, this is the person I always believe. This is the person that I really trust. When they speak, I listen. When they say something, I listen, because I believe that they have earned my trust enough that even if it goes against my instinct, or even if it goes against what I think is right, or even if it goes my understanding, I'm gonna go with what they say, or I'm gonna weigh their opinion much more than others. Most people just live in the existence of everything is skeptical. Can't trust nobody. I can only trust myself and my own conscience and what I think the Bible says. That isn't a great way to live. So we're gonna talk about skepticism a little bit. So behold, I'm sending you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. So be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. This is the first scripture that popped into my brain. And that essentially comes down to when you step out into the world as believers in Jesus, it is a rough place. You got a lot of people out there that are wolves in sheep's clothing. People who look good, they just want to eat you alive. So when you're out there, be wise as serpents. In other words, make sure you're being crafty, make sure you're being intelligent, make sure you're being, as, sneaky within the rules as you can, that kind of thing. But innocent as doves means that you're not breaking morality. You're not doing things sinfully. You're not, affecting your conscience or someone else's conscience. Find that middle ground between super smart, super wise, super crafty, super intelligent, really doing things as best you can, as much as you can, and also not breaking the rules. Find that middle ground. God calls us to be discerning. Healthy skepticism helps us avoid deception, but there's a line where skepticism turns into cynicism, conspiracy thinking, isolation, opening yourself to being manipulated. Constant distrust can isolate us from community and truth. Test everything, hold what is good, reject what is evil, but don't let distrust make you lose sight of God's sovereignty and truth, right? That there is a danger, a heart danger, a life danger, a soul danger of living as a skeptic, right? It is important, healthy skepticism, good, but recognize that the more cynicism you have, the more conspiracies that you believe, the more places that you can't trust, the more isolated you'll be, right? The more isolated you'll be. Suddenly, I can't trust anybody. I can't trust the church, and I can't trust the pastor, and I can't trust the teachers, and I can't trust the law, and I can't trust the government, and I can't trust the TV, and I can't trust the internet, and it's just me. That's a terrifying world to live in, right? You are being isolated, which opens you to manipulation, right? That opens you to being, somebody can come in and tell you whatever, and as long as they can, resonate with you emotionally, suddenly you're willing to believe anything because you're lonely, because you just need something to grab onto, because you need some kind of truth, which is where you end up with cults, right? Be careful living a life that is just awash with constant distrust. Look what the Bible says about navigating skepticism and avoiding the traps of distrust and conspiracy thinking. So number 1, God talks about discernment and testing. 1 John 4:1, Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirit to see whether they are from God. The Christians are often accused of kind of like leaving their brain at the door, right? Like we don't really have critical thinking. We don't, our Sky Daddy who invented everything in the world, we're anti-science and we're anti-thinking and we're anti-critical thought and we're anti, everything. We're just big dumb dummies who just show up as sheep because we need some emotional help from God. And that's absolutely not true. We are informed constantly and told constantly to make sure that we keep our brains on. We test things. We judge things. We are careful with what we see and what we say, what we do. We hold it up against a higher standard. We make sure that we aren't just living as passengers in this life, but we're actively trying to seek to navigate through it in the wisest possible way. And we recognize when it comes to the spiritual realm, there are people or there are beings out there that are liars. The enemy is a liar, and he has agents in this world. And there are people out there who live to lie. They live to manipulate. They want to take our stuff, take our joy. They feel better when we feel miserable. They want our money and want our stuff, and they're willing to say whatever it takes, do whatever it takes in order to take it from us. So don't believe everything, right? Test them. We're encouraged to critically evaluate information and teachings to ensure they align with God's word. Healthy skepticism involves a willingness to seek truth through prayer, study, wise counsel, and be patient, right? So it's just check. Sometimes it's right. Okay, I'm just going to check. I'm going to go pray about that. I'm going to talk to some wise people about that. I'm going to go study about that. I'm going to go learn about that. I'm going to get some other perspectives, and then I'm going to make a decision, right? And exactly what Sonic said, the don't be skeptical or gullible. Somewhere in the middle, right? We're trying to find somewhere in the middle. 2, avoid baseless myths and speculations. 1 Timothy 4:7, have nothing to do with irreverent, silly myths, rather train yourself for godliness. In that context, like you had people that were, they really liked coming up with stuff, like Bible fan fiction, just everywhere. And we still have that today, right? You have the Book of Mormon, and that's Bible fan fiction, right? You have the Muslim scriptures, which is like just sort of has Bible stuff in it, but also is a lot of just made up stuff based on just falsehood, like there is a root that is true, and then we have God's word, and then there's a lot of stuff out there that sounds good, that it expands on the lore, you know what I mean? Like it's the appendices in Lord of the Rings where you're like, yeah, that's kind of interesting stuff on the outside. Christianity has that too. And everybody loves, or a lot of people get sucked into wanting to talk about that stuff all the time, that conspiracies and the myths and the all that crazy stuff. Instead, what we should be doing is to push away from being distracted by these unfounded theories and myths and whatnot, wasting time and energy on those, because it'll pull us away from serving people well through our content, causing us to spread lies, cripple our spiritual growth, right? We got to be careful about being sucked into things we want to hear because they explain things in a way that we like, even if it's not true. Some people really like a convenient lie better than a difficult truth. We don't want to be that. So train yourself to know and understand the truth. Otherwise, there's a chance you're going to be wasting time. You're going to be stop serving people, and you're going to spread lies and cripple your own individual growth because you live in the realm of myth now, not truth. Number 3, maintain a balanced skepticism. The simple believes everything, but the prudent gives thought to his steps. Proverbs 14:5. Skepticism isn't always a bad thing. I'm not anti-skeptical. I'm very much a skeptic. I have a hard time believing anybody, but you have to make a decision to choose to trust someone. But you should be skeptical. Skepticism isn't always a bad thing. Having a discerning eye or ear can save you and your followers from a lot of grief. Yes, we should be cautious and weigh what we've been told, but believing everything we read, hear, watch is just foolish, right? I'm not anti-skepticism. The Bible isn't anti-skepticism. We should be skeptical, you know? I'm a big believer that if somebody says something, whether it be me or anybody else, you know, they put that eyebrow up and kind of go, I'm going to check on that. You know, if that smells weird, that sounds weird, I haven't heard that before, I'm going to go look into that. You know, I have it all the time. You know, people will declare something that they believe is fact. Hey, this is the thing, you know, I heard this is true. And I go, can you show me where you learned that? And then half the time, more often than not, they'll be like, oh, I can't find the exact link. Oh, I can't really find that on Google. I don't really know where I heard that. And, you know, it's like, well, if nobody else has said it and you just made it up, or you heard it on Reddit somewhere, you saw it on a meme, that doesn't make it true, right? Like, you're declaring truth. You're declaring this as fact. And in fact, there's no basis to it. You're spreading that around. I'm skeptical of a lot of stuff. I think that's okay. Number 4, talking about this idea of skepticism, right? Promote peace and unity. Let us therefore make every effort to do what leads to peace and mutual edification. Romans 14:9. Christians should aim to foster peace and build unity rather than division. Diving into conspiracy theories often leads to disunity and factions, whereas focusing on the truth and being willing to listen seeks to bring clarity and harmony, right? We love, I'll go back to what I said before, and that was, we love the idea of being rebellious individuals. It's just us and God. You know, I'm Martin Luther. I'm, you know, John Calvin. I'm, you know, C.S. Lewis. I'm special. I'm the only one who's saying this stuff. And so and God is working through me. And often that leads to dividing. It leads to creating factions. It creates, you know, it's like us versus them mentality within the body of Christ. When you're listening to all these conspiracies and when you're trying to figure out, you know, what to do, and you want to lean towards one way, you're going to be dividing yourself from another group. Now that's just going to happen. The Bible talks about how there will always be division, right? Paul says, I can't remember where, but you know, there will always be divisions among you because some of you are going to be right and some of you are going to be wrong. That's just, it's never going to not be like that. However, recognize that as you are trying to figure out what to do with this TikTok situation, what to do with whatever future situation, that if living in the realm of conspiracy, living in the realm of trying to you know, lies or whatever, is you are also creating division, right? You're going to create division among Christian content creators. You're going to create division among brothers and sisters. You're going to divide yourself from other people who love you, right? But because they're taking away TikTok and now they're telling me this and I'm now mad at them, right? Your job here isn't to find your little cloister of people that you can believe. Your issue here is to find the best way for you to navigate this situation so that it leads to peace and mutual edification. right? How can I help the most amount of people? How can I serve the most amount of people? How can I be at peace with this? What does God want me to do here? How can I serve Christian content creators and other creators that are having a hard time navigating this, right? I want more people to be together so that we can work on this together. It's been said in marriages and friendships, that the idea is the best way to look at these troubles isn't you versus me, or, husband versus wife, or friend versus friend. It's husband and wife, or friend versus friend, friend and friend versus the problem, right? It's us together versus the problem. Let's work together, right? It could be for some creators that God will use this change to move you into something new. Certainly. And if you can unite with people, you bring unity, that something new could be far more powerful than what you had before. Okay, let me end with a bit of a practical advice. What should Christian creators do? It's your content. I'm a big believer that God speaks to you. God works through you. You are unique. You're special. God has given you a unique audience, unique perspective. I believe that very strongly. So me telling you what to do, I'm just going to give you some advice. Okay, just give you some advice based on my experience, based on what I've heard, things like that. So take it as you will, but recognize that I do believe that if you love your people and you love God, then navigating this, you're going to work hard to navigate this in a certain way. So make sure you think about it. But here's my opinion. Number one, diversify your platform presence. So like this is something you've been told for 2 years or more. If you haven't been diversifying your content at this point, you might even be too late. You should be posting your shorts all over the place. You should be re-editing your stuff and having a presence on YouTube and on Instagram and putting things on Twitter and things like you really should have diversified content by now. If you're not, you should. Make sure you're posting to YouTube Shorts. Make sure you're creating, compilations of your stuff. Make sure you're putting things on Reels. Yes, each one of these platforms has their own sort of spin, right? Facebook is not Instagram, is not TikTok, is not Twitter, is not, they're all a little different. But you as a content creator, you have a responsibility to your audience and a responsibility to your content and to your calling to try to figure out a way that you can, you're not stuck on one thing. If TikTok dies, your ministry dies. That is not how that should work. It should be you were called to communicate a message to a certain audience, and I'm going to go find that audience wherever they are. And maybe they're on YouTube, maybe they're on Instagram, maybe they're on a podcast. There are new things coming out, like Mastodon, Blue Sky. There's others. Those are the two that popped into my head. And they are emerging. They prioritize control. They're hard to grow on because, they don't have crazy algorithms and they don't have a lot of that discovery stuff because they're designed not to do that. They're designed to be different. And so therefore they're a little harder. But if you plug away at it over a period of time, which is why you're supposed to be doing this 2 years ago, if you plug away at it, you can grow. Email lists. I know that sounds old school, but if you sign up for, say, MailChimp, or you start a blog, or you do something that is based in text, you can start telling your people on TikTok, hey, I don't know what I'm doing next, or I don't know what's going to happen next, or we're working through some stuff, but you can guaranteed find me here, so sign up for my mailing list, right? Yeah, you'll probably only get 10% conversion or whatever, or whatever the average number is, but at least then, regardless of where you go, that is a consistent thing that everybody has, is email. Right there, everybody goes to. They may not all like Twitter. They may not all like YouTube. They may not all like Instagram. They may not all like whatever, but everybody has email. So start an email list and say, "Hey, follow me here for more information." Right? It will at least allow you to not have to worry about being discovered, because it's among the people who are most passionate about your content. And then once you've got the email list and you have decided where to move and things are kind of trucking over there, you can say, hey, email list people, you know what? I'm over here now. Spread the word. I'm putting out content here. Tell folks, find people that have been on here before. I know it sounds old school, but you know what? Everybody has email. Here's some things outside the box to consider. Bolster your Discord. If you have an offline community or an in-between content community, chances are it's on Discord. Spend time in there, right? Build the relationships. You should be doing this anyway as a Christian creator, but generally speaking, if you're looking to gather folks, you're trying to gather them and help them. But bolster your Discord. Spend time figuring out how to, what their issues are, and how you can connect with the people that are really passionate about what you do, and are the real goers. Because when you do that, like say you have a following of 10,000 people, and your average viewership is, I don't know, 100,000, right? Great. But you have 300 people on your Discord. Those are people that have clicked your link, went and found you, signed up for Discord, got into your Discord, and started conversations with each other, hoping to get connection to you in a different way. Those people are very interested in what you do. And they're going to be your most passionate, most helpful voices to be when you make your content conversion. Okay? Start a blog or a podcast. I know that you're like, well, I draw. Consider having a consistent place where you put your thoughts, or it can only be 5 minutes. Here's my journey. People love podcasts. Blogs are easy to put together. They're free and they're easy. That way people can have a place that's consistent, that isn't dependent on that, on TikTok, to be able to kind of go and they can follow along, and you could be a bit more personable and you can share your thoughts, share your heart. Consider starting something like that so that there's something a little bit different that isn't merely your TikToks, but is something that is going to help them get in between. Download all of your old videos and start releasing the best of on a new platform. Like, go grab however many videos you have. Go get however many you made. Then maybe it's hundreds and hundreds. Go get them. Look through the current TikTok algorithm and all your metrics, and go, here's the top videos that I made. I'm gonna go make a few compilations using this stuff, and I'm gonna put them on YouTube. I'm gonna go put them on whatever your favorite video platform is, so that people can actually see what I'm up to. And you don't have to make new stuff. You don't have to discover and all that jazz. You just release the really good stuff on that platform that you are going to maybe make a conversion to. And then it's easier to do that than trying to create new content for them. You're just releasing the best of, and then in the background, you can be doing more and more of that, the hard stuff where you have to figure out all the hashtags and trending and words and keywords and all that jazz. Another one, use this as an excuse to partner with other creators going through the same thing. Throw it out there. Is anybody else, any TikTokers out there going through this? Anybody have any idea of what I can do? Anybody else want to help? This is a great time for people to unite. This is a great time for creators who feel like they're on their own, to have a mutual enemy. Whatever your mutual enemy is, whether it be the people that are trying to shut down TikTok, or TikTok themselves for screwing you over, or whatever. But at least now you have an excuse to get together and be, I guess, uniquely able to find a community. That's all I'm saying. Number 2, this is gonna be quick. I do encourage you to evaluate your platform's data policy, like all over the internet. What are they actually doing? Pay attention. One of the reasons that people get in trouble is because they're not paying attention. They use default passwords. They say yes to all the terms and conditions, and they don't even bother looking at them ever. They just whatever's popular and they throw it on there, and then they're suddenly in trouble. They get caught in a leak or whatever. So know what you're doing before you say yes to some stuff. Number 2, use strong, unique passwords and enable 2-factor authentication. If you're not using 2-factor authentication on everything, please do, because if you don't know what that is, that's basically whenever you punch in your password, you need to have your phone, and then your phone goes ding and it sends you a text. That way you can make sure that you have, at least somebody has to have your phone. Is it perfect? No, they can spoof your phone or whatever, but it's way better. And there's a lot of people out there using password for password. Don't be that person. You can use a password program, right? There are a lot of password programs out there. Google Chrome has one built in where it'll suggest a strong password and then remember it for you. That way, at least you're more secure. Assuming you don't give away your Google password and it's not password and it doesn't have dual authentication, which you should. Review your privacy settings, ensure your data and your audience's data are secure. A lot of the browsers now have a little feature that literally says, check my data, check where I am, check my user, check my security. And it'll go look for you. But there's also some separate websites that can actually go do that. You pay them a little bit of money and they go search the whole internet for everything about you and can shut that stuff down. Not a bad idea, especially if you're going to grow. This is partly, if your intention is to grow as an influencer, then you're going to get more and more people that are going to try to harm you in this way. It's a great time to batten the hatches, right? And you know this. You end up being like Pokimane or whatever, some great big creator, and they're constantly dealing with liars and trolls and security issues and people that are trying to hack them. It just comes with the territory. So now's a good time to get your head straight around this stuff and get secure. And another one is, what apps aren't you not even using anymore, right? Like what are you on that you've given a password to, that if they get hacked, they can use that to get into your other platforms. Go just remove your login, remove your account from the places you don't use anymore. Last thing, and this is a really good time for you to consider aligning your content with God's purposes. Just do an assessment of where you're at, because a lot of times you'll be on TikTok or you'll be on Shorts, you'll be on YouTube, and you'll be doing stuff, and you kind of mission drift. Right? You started with, this is my audience, this is my message, this is why I'm on here. And you started maybe grabbing trends and that kind of worked, or you started experimenting and other stuff started to work, or you started doing different things, and you're a little off. This is a great time for you to ask the question, the content you're currently creating, or the one you've been creating for a while, does it reflect what I believe God called me to do in the first place? Are you serving the audience God called you to serve? Are you saying the stuff that God called you to say in the first place? Maybe you've adapted for the better, right? You clarified and now you're doing something better. That's not what I'm talking about, but it's a good time to ask, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't even be on TikTok. Maybe I was kind of falling into the trap of trend chasing. Maybe I should reconsider what I'm doing and try something else. Am I engaging with my audience in meaningful ways? TikTok is a great place where people will surf, they're just like flip, 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 flip. But they're not really engaging with you. So if you're a Christian content creator and your hope is to build a platform, build an audience so that you can build relationships, so you can talk to them about Jesus, or you can bring them into safety, or give them some place that they can know that they are loved, are you doing that?
Congratulations, Musical Angel. You are the first person to enter the chat and have been first 2 times.
Good job, Musical Angel. Hello. Have I drifted from my original purpose? We talked about that already. And how can I use this transition to deepen my impact and strengthen my community? This is everybody's freaking out. This is going to ruin my impact and ruin my influence, and my community is going to disappear. Maybe this is a potential, or a time where you can actually deepen your impact, reevaluate, and strengthen your community. Consider that. We've talked about a lot today. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you in chat live. I want to hear from you on YouTube and in the comments, and I want to hear from you. Come and talk to me. I would love to hear your perspective on this. Like I said, I'm not a big TikToker. I have some stuff on there, but I don't live in that world. So what are you thinking? What are you doing? And how are you responding? Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's chat. Okay. I'm gonna hit the add button, and then we're gonna come back around, and then we'll have a chat. Okay. Single cat, gym rat. Stoicism a harmful coping mechanism? No, it's not. Let me just hit the add button and just give me a second. I'm gonna take a drink. That way we can we don't have to worry about that anymore. Be back in 1 minute. Unless of course you're on YouTube or TikTok or anywhere else, or you're a subscriber, in which case you're still here. But I promise I won't say anything for the next 45 minutes of value, because obviously Single Cat Gym Rat is not a subscriber. I've never seen that name before, so I want to answer the question later. 45 seconds. All right. When my room turns to rainbows, you'll know. down. Old broken. Old busted. Oh, did I say 45 minutes? Oh, I beg to differ. I have played many a Minecraft session where I have not said anything of value. Yeah, of course, yeah, Musical Angel's still here, obviously. All right. Ta-da! Rainbows. Ads over. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. So we can talk about whatever you want. It's always an AMA. And so therefore, feel free to bring whatever up. You want to talk about TikTok stuff? You want to talk about life stuff? I'm happy to do so. Since he asked, we'll talk about Jim Rat's question. Is stoicism a harmful coping mechanism? I don't think it is. I think, like anything, like any quote-unquote coping mechanism, overuse or using it wrong or not understanding it is dangerous. Hey, Uncle Ted's Cabin. TikTok isn't banned yet. It is, they're considering it. It's close kind of thing. Hey, Beardsley. I think that, there's, it's funny, I'm going to use a sort of a term that isn't popular, but, especially among conservatives. But it's like, I believe that in very much there's such a thing as toxic stoicism, right? Not toxic masculinity per se. I'm sure there is that for sure, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about toxic stoicism is where, let's say as a guy, you're told you're not allowed to have emotions, right? You should not react emotionally to anything. That's not true. If Jesus is our baseline for how to be a human being properly, there were times where he was, strong, times where he faced some really emotional, really difficult, really intense things, and he, didn't break down in tears or whatever. And there were times where he, his heart really went out to folks, and he wept. He was drawn towards people. He had compassion on them. He was soft. He was gentle at times. Other times he was tough. I think that stoicism is a lost art. That idea of going, well, since my emotions are feeling this, I have to respond. No, you can go, I don't feel like, I feel like crap, or I feel like they've hurt my feelings, or I feel like things aren't going my way. I'm going to make the choice to continue on instead. I'm going to make the choice to be I'm going to say be positive, be strong, to move forward. And that's not a bad thing, right? If you keep doing that and you're relentlessly fighting against your emotions and fighting against your pain and fighting against all the stuff that's going on inside of you, you're just going to cripple yourself. It's going to be bad. But if there are times where you're like, you know what, I'm not going to listen to that emotion. I'm going to just keep moving forward. I think that's healthy. Stoicism, that's an ancient Greek sort of philosophy, of kind of a way of, in the baseline is simply to say, you are, you govern your choices. Emotions aren't really part of it, right? That kind of thing. You're strong. You're a strong, stable person, consistent, right? And it's a good thing. It's a good thing until it's, like I said, until it's not. My day is going all right. Thank you for asking, Musical Angel. I've had a great, I think I had a good talk, so that always makes me feel better. So I don't know what brings that up there, Jim Rat. Why do you ask? So quiet. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Yeah. I think sometimes we're not told how not to show emotions, but we learn it anyway because of how people react when we show emotions. Yeah, best to learn in advance, but you're right. It is a little bit difficult to process. Me personally, like when I think of stoicism, the way I'll go through a crisis. Like some of my family gets really sick. We ended up in the hospital. It's, things are really emotional, really difficult. Things could go really, really bad. And I, as dad, I, as the person who people are depending on to get through this, make sure that that there is a strong core of someone that's not flipping out, not whatever, is there. That, to me, that's proper stoicism. I will, right now, I'm not going to spend all my time emoting. Right now, I'm not going to, I'm going to make sure that my kids are taken care of, wife is taken care of, make sure the situation is safe, make sure that I'm listening to people and we're doing the right thing, and that we're seeing this with clarity, and then later. But the thing is, later, when things have calmed down, when things are finally a bit more consistent, a toxic sense of stoicism will be like, I can never feel that again. Is there meant to be music? There's meant to be music. Are you not hearing music? I will never feel that ever again. I'm just going to crush that inside. I think a proper sense of stoicism goes, okay, this is a more appropriate time for me to feel that. This is a more appropriate time for me to work with God and work with others and talk to people about it, and have a good cry or whatever. That's when it's just, I'm not going to do it now. I think that's a healthy stoicism. Do you hear music on YouTube? You should. Ferrick said, based on my own personal history with the city seal of Edmond, Oklahoma, USA, Christians seem to sit on their posteriors when it comes to attacks on God. I firmly believe that the cross was removed from the city seal because Christians felt no need to do anything about it. No one went to the polls thinking, I'm doing this for Jesus. Why would you want to do that for Jesus? I guess I don't understand why you'd fight to have a cross on the city building. Right? You don't hear music. That's interesting. Well, I guess that's kind of good. The reason I say that's kind of good is because then I won't get, if they're one of the non-royalty free songs sneaks in, I do only play royalty free. I do everything I can to play royalty free. But if one sneaks in, I won't get in trouble with YouTube, so I'll take it. I'll take it. But you guys should be able to hear it, right? Twitch, you guys can hear the background music? You should be able to. Weird that you can't. Okay, well, good. Sorry for being wrong. No, I asked you a question, Barrick. Calm down. I asked you a question. I said, why? Not you're wrong. I said, why? Why should Christians fight for that? Your implication that I said, you're wrong, don't think that way, isn't true. I simply wanted clarity of why you thought that was important. Okay? It's a we're having a conversation. No need to shut it down. I'm asking because positive traits are trending now among friends, and I see part of it as fake self-care and fake positivity in the name of stoicism. I don't know, man. Like, it's hard to get it right. Because for a long time, it was, you're not, conceal, don't feel. That's just how guys were told. Let's go from a man perspective, like, you're not allowed to feel. Can't even hug your kid. You shouldn't even, you can never hug your daughters. You can't have any relationship with them in that way. They should never see you feel anything. That was what you were told. And then, that's bad, right? You that's negative. And so now you have people that are like, we should be able to feel and we should be able to experience, and my feelings do matter, and I want to I don't want to be around toxic people, and I want to be able to say that my decisions, my choices, my influences, my everything else matters, right? And then it turned into let it go. Yeah, really. I mean, it's and then let's go and have emotions. And you swing the pendulum too far, and suddenly the emotions are taking over. The emotions are all that matter, and my opinion is all that matters, and everything I think, say, and feel is correct. That's too far. It's I agree that there's such a thing as toxic positivity, but there was it's a reaction to how much people were told not to feel for a long time, right? How they were told that your mental illness, don't talk about it. Your struggles with sexuality or gender, don't talk about it. Your struggles with, if you have a pregnant before marriage, go hide that. You have problems in your marriage, don't tell us. You got problems with your church, don't say anything. You got problems with your community, people that you don't like, just don't, that's what you're told. Nobody should talk about anything. And it's, don't talk about politics, don't talk about religion, don't talk about money. Don't talk about your how much you make at work with other people that work there. All the most important things in life, don't talk about. Just crush it, including everything that you feel, everything that you are disliked, everything that you know, all the stuff that's inside, because you're imposing on people or because we don't want to hear it. Like, that's really bad. That's really bad. I think it's healthier today than it was then. Ferry said, because part of history, heritage, what part of our lives will Christians allow Christ to be part of? Should it not be all parts of our lives? Well, the government isn't inherently Christian, though, right? Like, if it's a government building and it's the city of Edmond, Oklahoma, USA, that is not a Christian organization, right? That is not, it's not a inherently God-driven Jesus thing. It's a secular organization, the government. So they're like, I think you make an argument for history and heritage, maybe. Like, why are you removing things that were on there that were part of our culture for like the last 200 years? Like, what is your actual reason? I think that's a good argument because they probably don't have a good reason, except for it'll offend people. Okay, show me 10 people that it offends. That's find 10 people in this entire city that are like, if you put a cross, keep the cross in our seal, I'm gonna be freaking out. Nobody's there. There's not enough people. They're doing it because they perceive maybe that somebody might be offended, or because one person got their underwear in a twist and decided they want to be a stinker, and that's not a good reason to make changes. And that's what leads to the weather today. I must have missed something. You mean as in, and so that what leads to all the conversations being about the weather? Yeah. Weather, sports. That's all we talk about. Weather and sports, and weather and sports, and weather and sports. You know, and it ends up being way too much. People need to be able to share and be obvious about what their stuff. I think that's one of the strengths of TikTok, not TikTok, of Christian social media. There we go. Is that we, I think, have a better handle on expressing doubt, expressing emotion, expressing mental illness, expressing, all that kind of stuff, than some of the more traditional places do. Am I an evangelical? Yeah, I guess from a typical sort of 1980s definition. Right? Like it, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't have the best connotations today, but if what you mean is, do I believe that, I'm supposed to share the love of God with people and share the good news of the gospel with folks and act like Jesus to people? Yes. If that's what you mean by evangelical, then yes, I am. Am I a kooky walnut? Kind of. A little bit. I put the fun in fundamentalism. You know what I'm saying? The city seal was supposed to show parts of the city's history. What brought about the founding of city of Edmond, to me, it's like ignoring the fact that pilgrims came to America from England to escape religious persecution. Yeah, I agree. And that's a great argument. Yeah, like why are you expunging it? Because if the city seal is supposed to be like, we were settled by these people, these were their beliefs, and this was the foundation of our entire town. And if that was a Christian thing, then what are you running from? What are you afraid of? It's so bizarre to me that people are so terrified of offending someone that they will invent a person that might be offended, and then they'll delete something that nobody's actually got a problem with. Like Merry Christmas is a great example of that, right? Like the you should be able to say Merry Christmas to anybody you want, and you should be able to say season's greetings to any Christian you want, because they're both fine. But for some reason, people have decided to make that an issue, make that a deal. Like, someone walks up and is like, Merry Christmas. They're not being mean. Someone walks up and says, season's greetings. They're saying, hi, I like you, and I'm gonna honor you with a greeting. Like, stop being such a jerk. Uncle Ted says, if the authorities were appointed by God, is it not right and good that they should acknowledge that in the city seal? It's a good question. No, dude, you're totally welcome here. Yeah, no, it's we love having difference of opinion and talking about important things. And yeah, you did crash dash. You missed it. Sorry, we just did it. I usually do it from 12 to 12:30 to 1 something is when it happens. So, but it'll be on YouTube later. Yeah, by all means, ask whatever you want, Jim Rat. Talk about whatever you want. We're open here. A lot of different beliefs. Like, yeah, there's a lot of Christians here because I give off that vibe. But a lot of people on here. I'm not here to argue about stuff, but I'm more than happy to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Yeah, I think you got a point there, Uncle Ted. That idea, if the authorities are appointed by God, is it right that they should acknowledge that? The problem is they aren't Christian. Right? There's a real good chance that the people who are in charge of the town aren't Christian. The people that have been elected aren't Christian. The people in the government aren't talking about Christian. Musical Angel, Twitch chat, Musical Angel says hi. Hey, Jay Swan. Like, it's... No recap. Watch, that was long, dude. It was long, and it just... The quick recap would be, hey, for the TikTok ban, use your brains and pray about it. There, that's the... that's the quick recap. But yeah, so I don't know who we're trying to convert. Like, you're trying to convert non-Christians into, having Christian symbology. Good luck. Pastor, personal note. I'll be right there. Jim Rat, 1 sec. Personal note, I've been on a figurative roller coaster since last night. Been being content and wanting to cry myself to sleep. I did not mean to be hateful earlier. The struggle is real. Oh, I know that, man. And the reason that I responded that way, Ferric, is because I wanted you to make sure that you understood that my objective is not to shut you down. My objective isn't to call you stupid. If you hear, hey, Ferric, I think you're stupid, stop talking, when I speak, that's you, right? That's you misinterpreting what I'm saying. And at no time am I going to say that. So I wanted to make sure that you knew that it wasn't about me going, hey, I disagree with you, so shut up. I would never do that. That was you perhaps putting that on me, and I wouldn't do that. So I want to make sure you can talk. So many different chats. 1 sec. Yes, I give Pastor Al gives off pastor vibes. I know, and I give off dad vibes too. What topic's on your mind right now? We just talked about the TikTok ban, so how to respond to that. And a lot of the time on my mind is mental health stuff, just because that's sort of the pool in which I swim. And there's a diet stuff, the life stuff. It's funny you're called Gym Rat. I'm struggling with gym stuff and life stuff right now. So I got a lot. Plus I'm starting a VTuber model soon, and I'm having to figure out how to use VTube, all the VTube studio stuff. Plus I've got an annual calendar I got to put together for this content. Plus my daughter's going to be on stream on Thursday, and I got to figure out how to do that. Plus I started a connection with I signed a contract with a coffee company to be able to start a D&D thing with 4 other people. I haven't even got that set up yet, and I got to figure that out. Got to start the advertising. I asked my daughter to put the art together for it, and she hasn't got back to me, so I got to follow up on that. Plus I've got some life stuff I can't tell you about. That's always ubiquitous in my brain. So does that help? A lot. When in doubt, pray. I think Jason, I think the important thing, not just pray, but I think people always forget this part, and that's go seek wise counsel. Man, go seek wise counsel. I wish people would just do that. That's why I exist. I think God put me on earth to be like, answer questions. Do that. Gosh, isn't it up to God who converts at the end of the day? Absolutely. Yep, he's definitely God is the first mover of anybody who is saved. Yep, for sure. Yeah, I'm excited to start it, Beardsley. I really am. Come to YouTube. You can go back to the beginning of the stream if you want. That's true. Go to YouTube and you can back up right now. YouTube is great for that. Twitch, not so much. Plenty to choose from. Exactly, Jim Rat. Yeah, I got tons. There's a lot swirling up in my brain. I got 3 packages from 3 orders using 3 partner codes for Rogue Energy today. I was tired of waiting for the angry taco cat bottle with the angry ninja attached to its bottom. Yeah, well, Sword Dog takes a little while. Yeah, the Christian Ninja Tumblr, it's going to be a little while because they custom print everything. Like they don't have a ton of them sitting around, right? They're going to go make one and then send it to you. So it takes a bit longer. But if I had the Angry Ninja attached to my bottom, I would be an Angry Taco Cat too. Exactly, right? Nobody wants an Angry Ninja attached to their bottom. Simon says, you can do it on Twitch too. Just go to the videos tab and look for the one that has no image. You can back up. I see, that's news to me. I didn't know you could do that. That you could back up on Twitch. Neat. Thank you. I appreciate that, Crash Dash. Let me know what you think of the content. I'd love to hear your opinion on it because you're on TikTok, right? I don't have very many people that are commenting from TikTok. But if you're on TikTok, chances are you have an opinion on the shutting down of TikTok, right? Okay, so it is currently 2:15. I have, it is always an AMA here. Ask me whatever you want. Doesn't matter what, any subject. Nothing is off the table. And if not, then I will go and, I'm going to go on a break and I'm going to come back. No, it's been shut down in India. It's been shut down in Canada. Well, it's been banned in Canada, banned in India. The EU's talking about banning it. There's lots of places in the world that are shutting it down, or trying to. We're thinking about it. I did miss something stupid to my GeForce driver. Messed up everything. Oh, what did you do? Like, did you update it to some beta or like the studio version or some jazz?
There.
Don't do the studio version. That will screw up your computer bad if you're trying to play games. It's not backing up. It's taking the video from that point, and earlier you don't see the video grow from that link. Oh, it's okay. I mean, if you're desperate, but hey, I'm on YouTube, and it does it really easy. Yeah. If you want, I can put my notes up on the blog if you guys are curious about that. But I can just, they're all in the video. It's up to you. Been banned in Canada, like it's been technically banned in Canada. Canadians are allowed to download it. The government would prefer we didn't, but nobody in the government and nobody in like the military or whatever is allowed to have TikTok. It's technically banned in Canada. They've kicked ByteDance out of Vancouver. They kicked them out of Toronto. They're not allowed to be here anymore. So that's how it is in Canada. US, it has already kicked it out of the military and about government stuff. So they're not allowed to have it. And they're thinking about getting rid of it everywhere and just kind of blocking it. The India just said, no, you're not allowed to have it, period. And there's a couple other countries. Yeah, it's pretty controversial, not just in the US. And it has very little or nothing to do with freedom of speech. It's a security issue. We made this ice cream. We made this ice cream called Rocky Road. We made this ice cream. We made this ice cream called Rocky Road. What? What? I got a blog, yeah. !web. And you'll be able to go to my website. I have a blog. I've got a couple podcasts. I'm probably going to delete that one podcast, though. There was one that I was doing that I was telling stories about, stuff that was happening on stream, and I was using Notebook LM to create AI stories. But since I'm not doing that anymore, like I just don't. I like it. I think it'd be cool to do, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to not do that podcast anymore. Sing to the tune of "We Built This City." Okay, wow. Is that Weird Al? I wonder. Kind of sounds like Weird Al. He likes singing about food, or at least he used to. Works out. You're going on break. Okay. I'm going to go on break real soon. No problem with the government banning what amounts to spyware app for government employees. Exactly. That's exactly right, Uncle Ted. That's the whole point. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to hit the break button. In the meantime, please do go to the website. Check out the blog. I got a lot of stuff on there. I got my media kit on there. So if you want to know what I do, there you go. If you want to know what I do and you want to see a bunch of stories and read all about my mission and all that stuff, go to my media kit. It's on the website. In the meantime, exclamation point, do a thing too, and then type someone's name and see what happens. Exclamation point, how bonkers. See how bonkers you are. And of course, please follow me on YouTube. Trying to build up my YouTube channel and put some videos on there. I will see you very soon. This will be a short break. I'm going to come back and we're going to find something else to do. It's YouTube. You got to type the whole thing. I'm old. We don't use acronyms here. We don't use shorthand. What do you do with all your time that you saved not having to put the vowels in there? I'll be right back.
A picture that you could never see in any other way.
welcome. Glad you're here. How you doing? I forgot to change my audio over. There, audio over. 50%, right in the middle. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so the plan is today. I didn't have a plan. I'm still working on the plan. I told you guys earlier, like when the gym rat asked the question. No, I'm not. What? What? Why? What? What? Oh, because it's behind. It's behind. Okay, no, it's not. It didn't not change. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it's okay. So because I haven't made my weekly plan, my annual plan, my plan. It's what is happening? Wow, that was weird. Did you guys hear all that crunching? No, do not take a poop without a plan. Sorry, I was like, everything kind of went sideways on me here. Is it? Can you hear that? Legend of Galactic Heroes? I have not. Something wrong. You crunch because I'm eating my lunch. I thank you for the follow. Sorry, I can't hear anything other than the horrible sounds of crunching. How loud are you crunching, Jay Swoan? Pretty loud? Like enough that it's traveling backwards through the internet? I've never seen Legend of Galactic Heroes. I've watched a ton of internet. Watched some anime. I've watched a lot of anime. It's soup, so you're crunching your soup? Okay. Go team. There, that's better. Okay. The slurping is very loud. So the reason that I'm a little perplexed is because I kind of want to play Nikki, and I kind of want to play Wuthering Waves, but I also I didn't make a plan for what to play today. I apologize. So I'm gonna put a poll up as I have before, and you guys can pick. The poll's only gonna be on Twitter or Twitch. Yeah, Twitch, because it's because Twitch is better for community engagement. That's why. So, Wuthering Waves, or Nikki, or Minecraft. And go! You have 1 minute to answer the poll. As long as I am blue, the poll is active. The ocean is a chili. Interesting title. Recently started my stream up again for Lord. Wanted to make sure I stay motivated for him. Good for you. So we you should consider checking out the Discord then. We have a ton of Christian content creators inside the Taco Discord. Taco is a network designed to help Christian content creators, train them. We got a book, we got a class, we got all kinds of stuff. So yeah, if you're looking to connect, that's the way to do it. You made the official XN hoodie. Oh dude, I'm gonna try saving up for it too. I was tempted to just put a marker on this one because this was only $16 from Amazon. Like, what if I just write XN right here? Would that work? Is that good enough? Awesome. May not be your taste. Minecraft, I figured you guys would say that. Space politics and warfare between Prussians and space France. Politics and political philosophy. Yeah, that might not be. I'm a sucker for like just, I like the cheesiest, dumbest stuff, okay? It, like, I will watch isekai, I will watch, like, this is my favorite genre. Like, I watch romance, like cheesy romance stuff. I like, power fantasy, you know, shonen insanity, stuff like that. And basically, if it has brains, then generally I avoid it. So, I use my brains too much. I don't watch anime to make myself smarter, okay? There's some really good cheesy romance. Like my favorite cheesy romance that came out recently it's called a sign of love. I think. And it's about a deaf girl who's you know, who meets a guy. And it's kind of good. I kind of liked it. And what else did I watch recently that was really good, kind of romantical? I watched a bunch. I watched him so fast though. That's the problem, is I watched him so fast. It has romance and tragedy. Okay, maybe I'm in. If it'll make me feel miserable instead of having to think, then I'm okay. Yeah, the Swirly Fox is the waiting place. All right, multiplayer. Go there. F11, and we're gonna try building something from scratch today, just from scratch. So let's talk to chat just before we do anything here. Chat, what do you think I should build with the power of my creativity? And that is pink. Been having some dubs to watch. Well, that's yeah, you gotta do the dubs when you're working. You gotta. We get to heaven and we found out we've been East Guide. I'll take it. Because the East Guide usually works out for the guy being East Guide, except for ReZero. But we don't talk about ReZero. ReZero was rough for everybody. Okay. Leaning Tower of Pisa. No, I mean, it's got to match my theme here, buddy. The pink Leaning Tower of Pisa. Leaning Tower of Pizza. Pink taco? Ooh, a pink taco. All right, we can try that. Like pink taco, like on a stand. That might be interesting. The spam color. Yeah, I know. The one that looks like meat. He came in here and he made me look at all of my stuff like it's made of carved spam. And now I don't want to be his friend anymore. I can't believe he said that. I thought it looked really nice before. Just a black gothic section. Like where it so dramatically changes that all of a sudden you're like, oh, this place is dark and dank and not great. Hi, Bunny. I'm going to switch up my music. We're going back to jazz. As soon as these kids start singing, I'm like, ew, children, gross. It makes me want to switch. I like the idea. Maybe a pink taco. Okay, give me some other ideas, just so I don't take the first one in the list here. What else you got? Might be listening and swarm you. I kind of want to make a bee. I was thinking about making like a bee. What do they call it? What's an aviary for bees? A beeviary? Aviary, beeviary. I'm hilarious. Yes, the cat is on fire. It's okay. He's fine. He's fine. So's the dog. The dog is also fine. No, it's when you put a bunch of beehives together. There's a name for that. Like if you're a bee farmer, what are you? What like you're a proctologist? No, that's not it. That's a different thing. Apiary? It's an apiary. Okay, yeah, I was close then. It was kind of thought it was like an aviary. I was close. Well, pay no attention to that. A bee yard. Really? We got some. We got me, we got Wholesome Al, we got Ransom, Star Pony, Double Pixel. We have Citizens around here somewhere. But not a ton. Not a ton. All right, so if you want to be on there, let me know. A bee yard. I kind of want to make a bee yard, because that at least would be something. But what I need to do is I need to get Silk Touch on my pickaxe. So I need to make a pickaxe, a diamond pickaxe that has Silk Touch. So let's go figure that out. Doing all this building, it's a group project. Group project. So like I went and found some of these plans online, adapted it a little bit, And then like I was one who wanted to make a train, and so we made a train tunnel that goes over to the other group. Everybody else moved over there. They're like, ew, gross, Christian Ninja, let's go to the other side of the mountain. And so I drilled a hole to the mountain so they can't get away from me. You gave it a bee yard? Is that what it is? All right, apiarist. I guess that's what I thought. So I guess it's called a bee yard. And I had a lot of help with the tunnel. But yeah, no, this has been this is I'm doing the front yard right now. Basically, I'm doing the yard. My plan is, hello, a boat. Thank you for not for not littering. This is that's from Ransom, because I left my boat at his secret base, and he's like, that does not match my vibe. My plan is you take scaffolding, put a bee on top, and then you get pretty much a Minecraft bee. And I think if you put smoke underneath that, right, you can take the honey and whatnot. So I think that's what I want to do. Unless you guys come up with a better plan. Let's do a little farming first, just to make sure that we're on board. Apiary is just a fancy word for a bee hotel. It's where beekeepers keep their bees. Sort of like my version of a luxury apartment, minus the honey, of course. Imagine a bunch of bees buzzing around, working hard, kind of like trying to understand human emotions. Okay, yeah, there you go. My pun bot has a strong pun game. Okay, I will have no criticism of my pun bot. He's great. Put this stuff away. We'll come back for it later. Actually, I need the dirt. Probably gonna need that too. Probably gonna need that, but I don't need this. I'll keep all the pink stuff because I'm definitely gonna build pink things. It's best to keep those. I don't think I need pink dye. Don't know what I'm gonna do with an egg. Except throw it. We'll throw it at the dog. No. Question. I've watched 2 different views recently on the topic of women pastors and if it's biblical. Now it's made me think. Do you have any thoughts on this? Plenty of thoughts. I got thoughts for days on that. The question is it comes down to, and people hate it when I say this. The question is, do you want to go by your feelings, or you want to go by what the scripture says? That's what it comes down to. Okay? And it is really, really hard without having to do a bunch of hermeneutical and theological gymnastics to create the argument for male eldership. Or for female eldership. That was dumb. For women elders. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean that you can't have female pastors, right? For example, the female pastor being, oops, I gotta get rid of my, no, I can keep my signs. Okay, good. Female pastor, like for example, but when it comes to the lead elder, right? The lead elder and the elder board, those are, according to scripture, exclusively male positions. That's not because males are better. It's not because men are inherently more leadery or something like that. It comes down to positional authority. So within the Godhead, right? Within the Godhead, you have Jesus, and you have God the Father, Jesus the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Even within the Trinity, there is an authority structure, right? That's just how God created the world. God created the world with an inherent built-in authority structure in mind. And then he said, so we're going to have man and woman together, united, equal, bond together as my image. Man is not better than woman is not better than man, but they're going to be different. They're going to be complementary to each other. One is going to have some strengths and the other one's going to have different strengths, and then working together, it'll be way, way better. And when he's like, okay, when we're going to talk about how the system of authority is going to work in the world, I'm going to create, I'm going to make it so that the the buck stops in the church at a male eldership. That's the way it is. The only way you can get away from that scripturally is if you decide that you are going to say something like Paul was a misogynist, you can't believe what he said, or God's doing a new thing now, and therefore he is he's changed his mind since the Bible, right? You can't make a good biblical argument for it. Now, in the denomination I'm in right now, there are churches that do both, right? The churches that do both, and I believe that I'm more liberal when it comes to that position than other conservative Christians are, and I'm more conservative on that position that the liberal Christians are. Right. So I think the right, quote unquote, the best way to do it if you have a big church is to have your lead pastor, your lead elder, is male, and have female pastors, just the same way you would have other pastors on staff. You know what I mean? I don't know about that, Ferric. I don't know what the Axis thing, but it's you can't get away from the fact that there's a governing positional authority represented in Scripture, and that God has decided that's how it's going to be. That doesn't mean women are worse. It doesn't mean men are better. It doesn't mean anything. Just how it's set up. It's like when people are like, "Man is the head of the household, so therefore they're better." No, it's not. It doesn't mean that at all. In fact, the way that men are supposed to be when it comes to relating to women and their wives is that they're supposed to be like Jesus to their wives. And Jesus was a servant. Right? Jesus was a servant. Jesus was someone who sacrificed. Jesus was someone who worked hard so that his bride, the church, could flourish. He gave good gifts. Like, it's not, like if you're like, oh man, head of the house, I'm so much better. Like, dude, read how you're supposed to do that. Suddenly, it's not quite. You're gonna want to be egalitarian. You're gonna be like, no, I think you should also contribute to that because I also want that. It's harder to be a biblical husband. Different roles, not difference in equality. Exactly. And that's hard for a lot of people to grasp, that idea that you can be different in position, but not different in worth or different in ability. Like, for example, there's no spiritual gift that is exclusively for men. Women have the same spiritual gift. The exercising of those gifts is almost 100% the same, right? They can do all the same stuff. The difference is within the realm of the lead eldership of the church. That's it. All right, there, we got rid of that ugly thing. So gross. I don't know why that was there. Hello, kitty cat. Who's on? He keeps me warm, like in a real way. Yeah, the kitty is he's a demon cat. So, hello. If you go exclamation point Minecraft, you'll see all the things you can make. At the bottom of the list is angel dog and demon kitty. And those are two things that you can have. They're permanent, they're unkillable, unkillable, and this flaming cat will always be here because Zach bought it, and it will always be on this land. Men as husbands have to take a sober-minded position rooted in reality when women's emotions might distort what is real, but we must validate them in order to guide them through the... I wouldn't even go that far, dude, because men have emotions too. We have emotions that get out of control too. We both require each other when it comes to perception of reality, because men have a certain skew emotionally, and a certain skew, you know, whatever, towards how they're going to interpret the universe, and they need the female perspective in order to govern that emotionally and going to govern that, you know, intellectually and govern that biblically, in the same way that men, you know, women need the male perspective to govern that. We both have that problem. It's funny that some Christians argue that, you know, women have this, are emotional, men aren't, and it's just, that is, I've met some dudes, man, and they clearly are. They act on their emotions, which is why it's really good when you have the females raising their sons, right? Because you need both sides. You need the dad. We talked about stoicism earlier, right? You need the dad who's going to go, okay, son, you really got to kind of suck that up because it's time to do that. You got to get the job done. You need to be bigger than this. And you need the female perspective of going, you're allowed to feel, bud. You're allowed to have a bad day. You can be compassionate. You need to be more patient with people. You need to be more willing to listen, right? Like you need both perspectives to have a well-rounded person. And exactly, Ferrick's like, yeah, your emotions are all over the place, and that's a great example of you know, like, especially if you got, we need each other. I'm so thankful for if I didn't have women, it's so funny when it comes to the as conservative Christian talking about women in the church, and they're like, you believe in male headship, you must be a misogynist. I defy you to go and look at every church I've ever pastored and call me a misogynist. You know who wasn't active? You know who had the hardest time trying to do anything? The men. Yeah, you can ask whatever you want, Musical Angel. Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I apologize. I have a thing that's supposed to ding. It's supposed to go ding whenever I get a thing. You know, that's why I have it set that way. Ding when I get a message, so that I don't miss it. There, that was a ding. You can hide the smoke under a block of dirt. Okay, hold on. How would I join the Minecraft server if I wanted to? You would you'd talk to me personally. I'll tell you the rules, and then I'll give you the access. Then you got to join Citizen Fortress's Discord, and then you'll be on there. Not super hard, but I keep a tight rein on it because I've had some pretty bad experiences with public, with letting people on. The only qualification I have is that you have to understand me. You have to have been around for a little while, and you have to grasp the concept of what we're doing on that server. And you want me to ask when I'm there? Where? Angel, how do I? Okay, there you go. Nope. My backup was quoting until you. Okay, sorry. Okay, my bad. Sorry about that, dude. I see that women are more in tune with emotions, and men, me personally, can't understand her emotion side or even my own. So if emotions for her cause a distortion in reality, I help balance. Whereas my lack of emotion for understanding them, she helped me with understanding and even to get to know myself more, perfect balance. Yeah, but I would say that's you as an individual because of your emotional, whatever, stuntedness or, you know, whatever you want to call it. And you met a woman who's able to help explain that to you and care for you in that way, right? That's a good thing. Yeah, let me know how it works, Musical Angel. But there are a lot of dudes out there, and I would count myself among them, that are pretty in touch with their emotions and pretty willing to be emotional, right? Yeah, emotions aren't a gendered thing. Accent has more emotions than I do. See? Exactly. But I agree with you, stereotypically speaking, across the board, if you were to take all men and all women, you know, sort of average right now, you would have more men that don't understand their emotional capacity. They don't know how to express their emotions. They don't know what emotions they're feeling for a million different reasons. And there would be women who who understand that better and are able to help the guy with that. And that across the board, if you take all women, you know, they're going to be more reactive emotionally than a man would. Yeah, I would agree with that. But I would say we gotta take things more individually and more culturally and more locally for it to be fully better understood. Yeah, not quantity of emotions, but different psychology. Precisely. Did I do it? I think I just should buy some freaking diamonds. I was gonna go look for some. I'm just gonna buy some. Diamond. Give me diamond. Good. Let's go make a silk touch diamond thingy. Hello, Streambot. Yeah. No, do you guys hear the ding too? Is that a... You're still on just chatting? Oh, I'm sorry. You're very thank you. Very thank you. I know how to word. I'm all about the word. Thank you. You do hear the ding? Oh, man, I gotta figure that one out now. The problem is, okay, so here a little bit behind the scene, okay? So I have multi-chat from Stream Elements, right? So it can run YouTube and Twitch. It cannot run TikTok. I have a separate one called Caster that can run YouTube and it can run that I keep so that it only runs YouTube, because then I can see, because otherwise I miss it. And then I have another one because TikTok has its own deal. Like it's just a mess. Like the whole mess. I love that multi-chat exists and I can do it. But I'll tell you what, I cannot have TikTok on my multi-chat, which is a pain. Snack Girls stream confirmed Thursday. Yeah, confirmed. All right, have some good homework. Do your best. 'Cause I want sticks. That's all I wanted. Also, I need to take off. All right, have a good one, Uncle Ted. See you soon. Maybe I should turn down the ding. Is it really loud for you guys? I just want to make sure that it's not like obnoxious to you guys, because if it's just nice and quiet in the background, it's fine. I didn't expect you guys to hear it. Oh, I can fix that. Hold on. I can fix that. I'll turn it off here. Where are you? Where are you? I'll turn it off here. Ding. Off. Close. And then I'll turn it extra on over here. That should do it. Now you guys can't hear it, and I should be able to. Christian Ninja, Taco Network, I've been lurking, never said hi. My manners are not up to par. That's okay, man. Just glad you did. No stress. Good thing I've got some experience. Okay, let's go knock down some of these aviaries. Beehive. I guess they're hives until I deal with them. But there's a lot. I know there's a lot. We'll just kind of wander oot and boot and see if we can find all of them. So funny. I'm not gonna see any now, because I swear if I had to guess, I would guess that there are probably at least 8 in my area. Oop. There's one. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. He's gonna be upset. He'd be like, "Where did I put my pollen?" I swear it was right here a minute ago. Third at the moment. Okay, so I don't know how can we help? Like, what's the best way for us to be able to push him over the edge? I think someone needs to get the Christian content creators involved in this. Like, we should be able to do this, man. We should be able to do this. Like, if there's nobody in the Christian content realm who would look at Hey, you should vote for Donnie's kitten so that he can be helped financially and the kitten can feel special. Who's gonna be like, I wouldn't do that. Why would I? Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Everybody's gonna do it. Did someone steal my beehives? What the flip? They were freaking everywhere. Donnie's kitten for president. That's what I'm saying. Ah! 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 Thank you. Supersonic Ferric, I appreciate that very much. Very kind of you. I will now scoop up the goo. There's the goat. You are the goat. And you are the Supersonic Saved by Grace, the goat. And now I have slime for days. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But boy, have I got some. Ow! Sonic, I'm standing here. Dude, your goat is rude. They get mad if they're still inside. Who gets mad? The bees? All right, I need to find. What happened? Someone had to have come by and steal all my bees. Was it my boy? It was. I bet that Wholesome Owl came by and took all of my bees. Because if you go to his house, he has a bee farm. Hey, there's Sleepy Wifey. Twice. Uh-huh. Did Supersonic he got my goat? Yes, he did. I'm gonna go pick a bone with this kid. I was gonna make a whole aviary situation because I had so many bees. Can you multiply beehives? Is that a thing? Like could I make another beehive out of this beehive? Or is it you just gotta go find them? I'd imagine you gotta go find them, right? Well, so much for that project. All right. Let's put this over right here. Cheese and crackers. Golly. My goat, it was a gift. Yeah, I know it was a gifted sub, but it was named after you. So therefore, you're the one who takes responsibility. All right, I did it. Installed the mods on Minecraft to make it pretty, and now I just want to build stuff. I'm a huge fan of the shaders and textures. Like, I can't even play without the shaders and textures on. I think Minecraft looks ugly without them. I know other people that are like, I can't play with them on because it makes me motion sick or some jazz, right? I saw the Ultra Cube texture was interesting, but it had the problem that I criticize when it comes to those textures is that I don't know what things are once I'm done using once I set that up. Like I don't know what it is, so therefore I can't really mine with it. It's adorable, but it ends up being a problem. Maybe I could try some other textures though. I've got the hey kitty. Move. Like I've got the parallaxing on, so if you look at the ground, hold on. Yeah, the ground. No, maybe not. Yeah, this right there. It's kind of bumpy. A little bit bumpy-ish. This ground is kind of bumpy. That's parallax. It's a little bit different. Suppose I could try. Farming potatoes with a carrot. They said it couldn't be done. You haven't done any textures? If depending on your PC, like textures are one of the things that is gonna really pig out your computer. Like it's just like, man, your textures are, some of them are really cool, right? You can go get say 1024 by 1024 like super high bit textures, but they end up being like just beastly. They look cool, but I would imagine like if you're a streamer like me, and maybe I do this wrong, I could probably be criticized for thinking this way, but I'm like, if I'm on stream, I'm doing this so that I can be watched. Why? I don't need it to look great. In fact, honestly, I stream in 1024. So why on earth do I need anything over that resolution? Because you guys can't see it. It seems weird to me that I'd be sitting here in like super ultra resolution, and meanwhile you guys are, you know, you guys can't see any of it. 47 Ti Super, yeah, should be good at 1080. Yeah, exactly. Well, like I said, if you can get some really nice looking textures, you really can. And I do like the textures. Sometimes just 32K grab that. Well, I mean, I would love to stream in 4K. You know, it would be great. In fact, I think Jate toyed with it for a little while. Not 4K, but streaming in 2K. Wait, I can't get rid of these. Why can't I get rid of this potato? Kitty, you want a potato? Who eats these potatoes? What do I do with them? I literally don't know. That resin is no longer texture. It's magical portal to Narnia. It's pretty crazy. And if you could do things like I won't know. Can I? I didn't know I could eat them. That sounds like a terrible idea. I get sick. Forgot to put my pumpkins away. Why don't you go out and buy junk food? But it's cold. I'm like a delicate freaking flower. Hey, maybe it's working for you. You know, like maybe it your lethargy or your fear of being cold is actually helping. All right. Now I need seeds. Where are my seeds? Oh, I got a hoe. Ho, ho, ho. I'm like Santa, but planting watermelon. Where's my goat? He's over there, enjoying his time. Yeah, they have space. They should have space. Like the one I have between my ears. Oh, yeah, you're right. That one won't grow. You're correct. There. Now they will. You are correct. Ho, ho, ho. It's vegetables. Let's see the green giant. Okay, fair. Yeah. I'm going to take that out of my hand now because it's getting annoying. Yeah, we'll throw it together. So. I don't have any pets. So my favorite pet that I've ever had was fish. I'm a big fan of fish. But because of just sort of where we're at in life and whatnot, we've had a dog in the past, and it just ended up being not a great dog, not a great situation. The vibe of our family is sort of goofy, and so it's not good for pets, and so we just don't have any. I would love an aquarium again. There's your goat. Do you not have what if I don't have pets? What is Zach? Yeah, no, Zach is a thorn. He's a thorn in the flesh. There, stay on the bed. I can't believe I've lost all of my beehives. I can't believe it. I would love a cat. Like, we've talked about getting a kitten. But the problem with getting a kitten... Okay, all right, now I can go to sleep. Problem with getting a kitten is you got to train it and whatnot. You need people around. And our life is so uncertain. Like, there's so many, like, crazy things that happen all at once. Is that it just... We wouldn't be able to do that. It's not fair to the animal. Can I breed Zach with other cats and get one that's just kind of warm? I don't know. I'm going to go catch a fish. Let's do an experiment. For science. That's why you got an adult cat? Yeah. Hey, get the derg. Boop. I have a fisher in here somewhere. Do I not? Where's my fishing fisher? I suppose I could make one. There it is. Rod unbreaking. Fishing rod, luck of the sea. Can I put those two together? How does that work? If I go over to this anvil, and I do this, boop, boop. It puts them together. Oh, sick. Oh, let's go. Luck of the sea 1 and unbreaking. Let's go. I just need bending on there, and then I should be set. Let's go catch some fish. I know you got a kitten. Yeah, I would like a kitten. I'm not a heartless like person who doesn't like animals. I'm not a fan of dogs. Puppies are cute, but I'm not a fan of dogs. I don't meet very many that are actually good. So that makes me not want to do it. We had our cat, which passed steps because I didn't want to go. Didn't want to be alone. That's another thing that we're kind of struggling with is if I travel and the kids are leaving home and et cetera, then having a dog just kind of, because our last dog, it sat in its crate, man. Sometimes for like 10, 12 hours, and it's not fair. Not fair to the dog if we're going to be gone, Yeah, kind of like little children. They need consistency, and yeah, you're right. You're dead on. Have you shared a picture? Wish for luck of the sea. I mean, I had 2 fish now. I can actually do the experiment, but I wanna see if I can get something cool. Give me something cool, and not a puffer fish. Puffer fish are not cool. I had an auto fisher in a previous server. That was kind of fun. Oh, I literally thought that I saw a fish. And that was kind of neat. It just kind of sat there and churned away, like tick 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 tick, and it generated a lot of cool stuff. Your current dog will probably be the last one I have because you're gonna be mobile and you don't want to leave in a crate. Yeah, until you settle down, right? You never fished? Boy, you haven't lived till you fished in Minecraft. Look at the fun. What did I just get? A raw salmon. I got some cod and some salmon. Let's go do our experiment. I should make an elevator or something to get me down here. This is ridiculous. Every time I want to go to get water. How about a train? I can make a train to the water. I hadn't thought of that until just now. That is my project. I'm going to make a train down to the water. It would be perfect too. Just pop right off there and then go down to the water. And then that heads off to, that can head off to Ransom's place. Oh, yes. They nerfed auto fishing, but you can still build it. Yeah, if you just want a lot of fish. Because, yeah, your environment matters too. Like what what biome you're in and stuff will actually affect things. Okay, so you, kitty cat. Go here. Hold stick, right click. And then right click, get the fish. Right click the fish. And then right click the... There. Hey. Go breed. What? But Zach's all ready for you. The look of love is in his eyes. A look you can't disguise. Okay. All right. Zach is an undesirable partner. What with him being on fire? I did. I gave him both fish. I did. I gave them fish. They're staring at me like I have a fish. I don't have another fish. They both need to be nuts. They weren't sitting. All right, let's go get some more fish. We'll get this right one of these days. Here we go. Well, we'll see. The flaming immortal cat seems to have a problem with romance. Not too surprising. Hello. Birds of the Bees with Christian Ninja. Yeah. Stay there. Hold on, guys. See, they're not sitting. I just got to catch a couple fish, and then we're set. Guess I could go punch a fish. That's a way to go. Do they only need one fish? Is that how it works? There's Kit over there just kind of swimming around. Doing his thing, sinking to the bottom. I got another fishing rod. What'd I get? Lure 3, Unbreaking 3, Mending? Oh, let's put that on. We're going to have the world's greatest fishing rod. One fish each, yeah? Easier than taming them? Yeah, okay. We'll do it. I mean, I could go punch that salmon that's over there, but where's the fun in that? Okay. Fish. Duh. Flaming cat. Come hither. Did you say actually no? Come here. You. Push. There we go. There we go. They're close to each other. Right click. And come back here. Cat, come here. I hate cats. Come here. There you go. Do it. Do the thing. A kitten. I made a kitten. He's not mine though, is he? Do I have to make him my friend? Is he my friend? Can I right click him? He is my friend. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I have a kitten now. That's the greatest thing in the history of ever. I'm excited. Come with me, boys. That is a cute little noise he makes. Oh, it's so adorable. He's got a little teeny tiny mew. Oops, sorry, Zach. Trying to... Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. I was trying to hit the grass, you see? Come here. Come here, boys. Come here. Yeah, good, good, good. Right click, and then right click, and then right click. That's very good. Can you come here? Come here. Come here. Yeah, a little bit more. You know what? You can stay right there. Boop. There. I have kitties. A whole army of them. That's fun. Why would I? It said you were going to be on the stream, or it said you're going to be on the server, so there you were. Oh, Kitten needs a name. I can make a name. He needs a name. What is his name going to be? The cats haven't joined together, What I find interesting is that in every other mob, they just kind of they become one. So I'm gonna name the cat. What should we name the cat? Come on, chat. This is your time to shine. This is why we have chat, for moments like this. In moments like these. There it is. Kitten name. Okay, here it is. You guys have to give me a name. There's a running gag on the Minecraft subreddit that I don't think I can reference it here. Oh, I don't know what it is. Yeah, so maybe not. But we can call it whatever you guys want. I'll tell you what. I've never done this before, so let's see how it works. You can, if you give me, or if you do anything on my sheet, like say a bit, like a single bit, or even or like a sub or a whatever, I will call it whatever you want. I'll call it. You don't have to do anything. You can do a gifted sub. You can do anything, as far as, and then you can have it. He's just black. He's just all black. Well, then you can spend a bit and then name it. Go ahead. Oh wait, you're not. No, you can do that, can't you? No, I actually made it so you have to have at least 9. That's what it was. Because otherwise people were spamming single bits. That's why. What? Yeah, I kind of want to ask now, Kit. But if it's weird or gross, then yeah, I don't really want to know. All right. If you guys don't, I'm gonna pick. If you guys don't pick, I'll pick. Most definitely a swear. All right. Oh. Okay, I got it. Yeah, we're not doing that. Baby fart. Yeah, but that's the kind you're gonna have to pay for. I'm gonna need a nicer name than that. I have 1,500 bits, but I don't know what to name it. It's funny. Oh no, but you don't know who to give it to. Oh, okay. Here, I thought you were like, okay. Whatever you guys want. That's cute. But okay, well, how about this? How about that? WGW, whatever you guys want. Wogwa. Shart. Really? Shart? I'm kind of glad I didn't hit enter on that. All right. Yeah, okay. Shart's a better name. Snack girl? Snack girl. All right, that's not bad. Shart's the #1 contender right now, though. Purveyor. Dang, the pun game on this bot is stellar. Catalyst. I like that one. Catalyst. Purveyor. That's so stupid. That's so Christian cheesy, Christian bookstore sticker t-shirt level, you know, like a picture of a cat and then like have you said your purveyors. Am I on fire? I am, in fact. I will hit you with steak. Don't even test me. Katarina Bora. Katarina Auto Catalytic. Is it Purveyor? I kind of like Purveyor, and I kind of like Shart. Those are two very different sides of the coin. I like Wogwa. I thought that was clever. Can he have a heart? How about that? Yeah, he totally can. Hey, baby fart wasn't good enough. Shart is a bit. I don't know. I laugh at what I laugh. I laugh at what I laugh at. I think we do have Discord t-shirt of the day on the Discord channel. I don't think we got rid of that. Baby, it's Baby Shark. There he is. The lovely, the incredible, the purple, the Baby Shark. And that cat just went flying. Did you just headbutt a cat? Are you kidding me right now? You just knocked a cat flying. Dude. Ever thought about doing a Minecraft shoot? I was on a drama server at one point. And that was really fun. Baby Shark do. Baby Shark. That's terrible, but also awesome. Yeah, I would love to. One of my objectives for 2025 is to do more collabs. Supersonic Savior, guys, you are an aggressive goat. I can't believe you headbutted a cat, dude. You should. That's crazy. All right, we're gonna make that train. At least we're gonna try planning it. So it's gonna come out here. Right, so this can be where it stops, and then actually this should be where it stops because it's closer. So this side will go straight, and then it can, or should it turn? Hold on, I could just go this way. Doesn't quite fit. How far do we have to go in order before we get water? Like the minimum requirement before we get to the beach. Like, oh, there you go. Hold on. Right there. That's the minimum. So how far out do we have to go? Here's the thing I do, but my channel isn't 100% family friendly, so I don't know. No, I'm fine with collabing with people that aren't family. In fact, I'd like to collab with people who, different kinds of people. Just give the little warning, like, hey, listen, guys. Content warning, because the dude only knows 3 English words, and that's totally valid. He hasn't gained adjectives yet, the poor thing. We're gonna teach him some during stream. Yeah, I'd like that. I have no problem with that. Yeah, I play M-rated games. Also, like, if I'm not afraid of conversations, right? What? How do you? Are you? Oh, I bet that's carpet. I bet that's why. Yeah, that's carpet. Okay, good. Cool. What makes you not family friendly? Like, what do you? What's your deal? I'm fine with what I'd love. I really do in 2025. I really do want to come up with more collabs. That's the plan anyway. Crud. I was gonna mark that spot. I'm gonna go find it again real quick. I think it's right here. Sometimes swear will slip out an occasional difficult topic. That's what I'm all about. In fact, I would think that one of the best things that you could do with having me on there is bring up some hot topics. I'd be more than happy to do that. That sounds fun. I could be on your stream, right? I like the collab thing doesn't have to be like only Christians or only, I don't know, like my streams. Not just about whether or not I get press or get growth or whatever. So, yeah, I want to do more collabs. I want to have a game plan for my actual like streaming content. Like I don't want it to be so, what am I going to do today? And not that it has been. I have been quite good, I think, at planning, like knowing what I'm going to be doing. It's just that this last year and all the rest of that stuff, the more tired I get because of the stuff that happens in life, the more I end up feeling like I'm kind of losing touch. Oh, you don't schedule ahead of time. Oh, okay. Well, see that's an issue. I would have a hard time with that because like I said, I want to make a plan. I don't want it to be an accident. I want it to be something that we definitely do and we know we're going to be doing in advance. So you'd at least have to be able to tell me when you're doing it, right? Like here right now until I get my PNG tuber model. Oh, hey, far out. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm into it. I want to stream with more people. I want people to be on here. In fact, I was thinking about asking Citizen if he can put proc chat in here. Could be fun. Yeah, it could be fun. It's risky because, like you said, people that don't have the same sort of content value that you have, but at the same time, that also the unpredictability is also can be what makes it fun. Get a sound physics. Oh yeah, add the echoes, or like I like the ones with distance. Like I mean that is proc chat, but like I like that one, that the fact that you get a distance. Oh no, I have silk touch. Hey, look at me. Okay, it's gonna be an interesting little plan. I haven't quite thought about this too much. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go down that way. Boop. And then boop. 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 Okay, there we go. Oh. Every time I do this, I'm gonna have to add another. No, we're good. Okay, we caught up. We'll have to. I'll have to bounce it off of Citizen. Maybe we could do that. What the funnest thing I think I've ever done in Minecraft was the drama server. That was so fun. I'm a bit of a drama nerd. Like I do love I've acted on stage, and I've been in plays in front of some a bunch of crowds and whatnot. Not often, but I've done it a few times, and I really liked it. So the idea of having proc chat would be really cool. Or no, sorry, my brain is not working. The idea of doing a drama server would be really cool. I like that. Following it's kind of hard to do. Yeah, I was I was cast as the bad guy. Well, I was cast as the misunderstood guy. I got put in jail, but it was okay, because then I got brought out of jail through the power of love. I can play a mean villain. I don't want to be I don't want to overemphasize my acting chops. I was in a big church and they did some cool dramas, and I ended up being being cast, and I tried out and I was able to be in there, and I've done acting a few other places, but like nothing. So don't assume that I was like in a TV show or some jazz. I really was just part of something. Go to bed. Because my angry eyebrows? Kinda. Overacting? Why act if you can overact? Yeah. Did he punt my kitten? Where's my kitten? Where's that cat? Did you absorb my cat? I didn't think we did that. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Hope he didn't die. That would make me sad. Finally get a kitten. He should be sitting right there. Did you? Oh, hello. Did you kill my cat? You jerk. All right. Go find your kid. Go find your mate, your baby. There's no body. That's the problem. Right? They don't drop nothing. You can't even see what they dropped. I had him sitting. He was sitting. I wonder did Supersonic's goat kill a kitten? If so, that's punishable by death. You didn't find him, eh? I'm sorry to hear that. I think I may have to kill this goat. Did you kill the kitten? You little turkey. Oh, hello. Hi. How'd you get over there? Come here. Come here more. More. Oh, don't go near the goat. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. Here. Yeah, right there. Don't move. The goat. No, he did not. Was he trying to not get killed? Did the goat? There is a cat missing, though. The cat punked the goat. That's how he went flying. He deserved it. All right, so this way, and then we just go down. And then I'm gonna carve out like a section here for it to be. Yeah, and we just put like a platform. I want to make a pink platform. I don't know. I haven't really thought this through. But if we can make like a train station, you know what I mean? Guess what? What's that, Ferric? The SMP was so much fun. My prank turning into impromptu story was so much fun. Yeah, exactly, right? I didn't get to watch much, dude. I really wish I could have. That's my biggest regret, is not being able to watch enough content creators. Once I'm done stream though, because of all the, urgency, I don't get to do much else. But you guys do some really cool stuff. It was so fun to be the to do that drama. What kind of bummed me out, like I think we did a great job. We had a really good story. It was super fun. But what ended up happening was we stopped recording. We started doing like really neat stuff, but nobody was there to watch. And when we were doing it on YouTube, we didn't do it for anybody. So I was kind of bummed about that. Little station, like those little commuter ones. Yeah, just something little. And then it can, how do we get it down? I guess I need to make a little path or something. Stairs? I guess I had to make stairs. That's what I'll do. I'll make like a little stairway that kind of leads, like, cycles its way down to the beach. Onto a dock. We can have a dock. Yeah, should I just go straight up? Straight down here? Or should I wind it with, like, the land? I feel like winding it with the land's a better idea. Was he able to finish before the finale? Have they, is there a plan for another season? Infinity Nikki train? Have I been on a train in Infinity Nikki? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I remember being on a train. I've been on the big bird looking crane plane. Been on that. All right, there we go. Oh! Well, that's just unsafe. We're gonna have to put in some handrails. Okay, turn. Ow! Stop doing that! Since Charlotte Cross started college, there hasn't been any. Yeah, she's such a cool person, but she was kind of the motivating force. Would you join another drama one quiz? Decked out? Oh, I haven't even heard of that. What's that? Ow. Impulse. Was it a Minecraft thing? Ultimate Fantasy 14 cookbook. Official culinary guide to the official Horizon cookbook. Taste of the Seven Tribes. Fallout. Diablo? No. You lost me at Diablo. Decked out was tank. Oh. You guys were doing like Hermitcraft mods. Oh, that's slick. That's really cool. Are you dying over there? Those squids sure do like to not be alive. Stop dying over there. You're dropping like flies. Go. Just go. What's your deal? Go. See, he's dying. He'd be dying though. Oh, is that because of the... That's because of the current. Hold on. I can help. I don't think that helped. Now he beached. Go. Into the water. Be free. That's not free. Man, squids don't like being alive. All vanilla aside from resource packs, changing textures and audio. I don't even know what Decked Out is. I haven't heard of that one. What was the premise? I watched the most recent one, where everything was like random. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I did find one clay. I gotta put some. Yeah, put handrails on later. That is not a lot of run. You're gonna be like, ah, dunk. We're gonna have to put a soft landing over there somewhere. Okay, let's go make some train tracks. That's the fun part of making a train. Accidental squid farm? I guess if they just show up and die in my lap. But I don't think he dropped anything. Zoom. Yow. Okay, I need to make some train tracks. So I'm gonna need a lot. We'll do the shop. It's just easier at the shop. So, would it be a decoration? No, redstone. No. Dang it. Not a decoration. Is it a? It's not an ore. It's not a. What do you think it is? Dang it. Not a block, is it? No. The train track. I'm looking for the train track. Not an ore. Not a workstation. Not a die. Gotta be in miscellaneous. I just missed it. I miscellaneous it. It's a Rouge-like deck building game. Basically, try to loot the dungeon and make it be live. Okay, far out. I know. You know what kind of game I have not played? It is. I have not played any. No, there's no search function. I haven't played any card games. Kind of like Combustion of a Dungeon Crawl collectible card game. Tango did 2 versions of it on Hermitcraft for it and updates. Oh, that's so neat. That's so clever. People are clever, man. I'm gonna have to remove some of these cats. They are starting to drive me crazy. It's not a decoration though. It's a tool. Maybe I have to make them. I'll have to make them. I have to use the bathroom really, really bad. I'll be right back. Just give me a second, dudes. My bad, dudes. Sorry about that. Just been drinking a lot of water. I went to find train tracks and still didn't come up with any. So the recipe for train tracks, if I remember, are trapdoors. Train? Rail. They're called rail. Rail is that's a lot. Okay. I think I have a bunch over here though. I think I've got some iron set aside for just such an occasion. Yeah, I think it's over here. Broom. Broom, broom. Nope. 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 Yep. Nope. Where'd I keep all my money? Maybe it's at home. Bees! Oh no, I put you there. Like the... There's 6. Not quite enough. 35. Ah, we're talking. Okay, so that and some sticks, and we should be good to go. Any more wood in here? I'm gonna go grab some wood. Is it made of wood? There we go. Sticks. Engage. Boop. And then prap prap. And then prap. Prap. Is that not the recipe? What are you wrong? Oh. You know what? I'm just gonna take the lot. That might not even be enough, but we'll see. It's not super far away. Doing. Doing. All right, kitty cat. If I let you up though, you're a big cat now. You're gonna follow me. And sometimes they get lost, so you have to stay there. So weird that the Kit Kat. It's so much, right? Kit Kat's not a bad name. You're right. Wah! Ooh, it's gonna be close. Yeah, I know. I know. All right, here we go. Almost there. Almost there. That is quite. It's gonna be quite an ending. Maybe we should stretch that out a bit. I kind of feel bad for whoever's driving, or whoever's like trying to deal with this. That is a heck of a run. All right, a little better, I think, maybe. Now it ends in a brick. I'm not sure that's better. Something nice and soft that they can land on. Just a pile of cherry leaves. Let's put that there for now. Okay, yeah, we'll put that there for now. It's like poof into a pile of cherries. It's just safety cherries. You know what I'm saying? Perfect. Please tell me I didn't remove my... Oh, man. Yum! I am now sick and poisoned to death. Yummy! I'll solve it by eating rotten flesh. Yay. That always makes me feel better. Okay, now we need some powered rails. Bye. Got a call from my mom. Oh no. Well, I'm glad you're there for your mom. Yeah, that's not a great one. Unless they were Christian. Then they got, you know, promoted, but still a bummer. Okay. Let's I need powered rails. I just realized that. I haven't done powered rails yet. Power. Yeah, power. That one. It's gold. Gold. Okay, sure. Yes. Come back and let us know how you're doing, or at least how your mom's doing. If you need any help, let us know. Hey, was that beehives? I found a bee nest. They're not called hives. Nobody put them there. What the flip? Okay, we'll come back to that. I need gold. That's what I'm trying to find. You think I'd remember what was in these things, you wouldn't you? I do not, however. I got copper for days, though. Some gold. And actually, there's some powered rails, too. Activator rail, I need that. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. And block, block, block. 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 We'll come back and decorate later. Right now we're just trying to make some rails. I got 4 of them. That's not enough. No, it's not nearly enough, actually. Activator rails are nice because that'll bit you off when you get to the end, which is what you want to do. Kind of get ejected. Okay, we need the gold. Where's the gold? There's the gold. Gimme. Who we raiding out to, by the way? We're gonna raid it in about 5 minutes. Who we raiding out to? We met a new friend yesterday. Really? Really, Skelly? Ow. I wish they would just not be around. I need a fence. I need a better fence. Is he around? I haven't raided him in a while. Unless we can meet a new friend, I'd be happy to raid him. Okay. Powered rail. That one. I need sticks. I need redstone. Oh no. Do I have redstone? I'm trying to not use the shop right now. We have so many blocks in these things. I don't think I've seen any redstone actually. Nope. Nope. We will buy some. Deucin is ranking the books. Really? All right. Well, by what criteria? I wonder. That's so funny. All right. Blocks. Dust. No, redstone is its own thing. I just remember that. Redstone is its own thing. So, where's redstone? Not in redstone. Why would it be? That's just crazy. Probably a block. What was I doing? I was in the shop. Personal prep. I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to ask. Redstone, 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 red wool. Maybe I'm blind. Uh-oh! Ah! Hello! Hey, Spiritual Warrior. Thank you for the sub. Yo, what's up, Spiritual Warrior? Good to see you, man. Glad you're here. Sorry, every time I get I get a sub, I get inundated with slime blocks, trapped in a slime block with a goat. So we're trapped with you, and your name is on the goat. See? You are a Spiritual Warrior, the goat, the greatest of all time. So thank you for coming by. How you doing? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I'm just finishing up making some powered rails so that I can figure out how to do finish my train here. But I have not been able to find the actual redstone, which is kind of a bummer. How are you doing, man? How's life? I don't think it's in here. It must be in somewhere else. It must be in... you think it'd be under redstone. It is not under redstone. None of that's redstone. Huh. Decoration? No. Food? Miscellaneous. We'll have to come back. Can't believe I can't find it. Ores? Oh, redstone is an ore. Technically. All right. Fine. I'll accept it this time. Just waking up, working overnight? Oh yeah, fire out, man. What can I ask where you work? What's got you who's using up your nighttime power? Redstone, yeah, that was so dumb. I feel dumb, but we found it. Very least we found it. Then that, and then sticks, and then 6. I probably need more than that. Okay, how many do we got? 10? That'll be tight. I'm a contract cleaner for a cement plant. Oh, sick. Okay, so you got lots of work. Good for you. I used to clean for painting company. They painted vessels, nuclear vessels. No, and they would do sanding, right? So the whole area for painting was just covered in sand. Lots of work, always dirty. Yeah, I remember that being really something. Like I remember going, man, this is so endless and repetitive. Like I don't know if you do the same thing, but when I was working it, we'd have like one radio station, and it was like classic rock, and you could set your watch by what song was playing, you know. Like I'm gonna get as soon as Paradise City comes on, that's when I get a break. I don't know if that was enough. I forgot to bring a cart with me. Oh, okay, well, we also gotta redstone those things too. Guess we'll do that right now. Oh, we gotta quit stream. We'll come back. We'll keep our eye right there so we don't forget what we were doing. It's got to go back up though. That's the problem. Engineering? You took engineering in school? Wasn't that what you said? That's funny. All right, let's figure out who we can raid. Trains go one way. It's true. I mean, they do. You can't turn a train. It technically only goes one way. You're right. I'm gonna have to put a loop in there somewhere so we can come back. Can't usually pick up the train and spin it around. All right. Let's see who we're gonna rate out to. Thanks for being here, dudes. I appreciate it. Been a nice Tuesday. I'm gonna jump into I'm gonna make sure that we get the video, the talk we did today. We're gonna put it up on the YouTubes to let people know that what we're talking about, and talking about TikTok. In case you're wondering, we're talking about what to do about the TikTok situation and being banned and whatnot. Talked about that for about an hour. Yeah, and we'll raid Dustin. We haven't raided Dustin in a long time. In the meantime, thank you. Please go check out my website. Check out the YouTube channel. And then I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. So we're going to be doing community check-in on Wednesday. I'm going to go to the Discord. I'm going to look through what's on there and see what people are talking about. And then we'll grab that as a topic and we'll have a chat about it. By God's grace, it'll work that way. We'll see. We'll see. Life is always complex and interesting when I'm involved. Copy paste that wonderful pile of icons there, one that Samus has, and then we're going to we'll head over there and say hi on the raid. We're ranking Bible books. I love it. I love it so much. That's so funny. It's just so funny. Strikes me as funny. Anyway, okay. See you guys soon.